up and crashing the floor. Two wild yinzers kicking through the door. Loud like a jag off at a Penske fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two dumb yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
There it is.
Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two dumb yinzers, the stories don't get old.
Hey y'all! Welcome back to the show, everybody. Yeah. This is episode 1017. I want to say to everybody today, welcome back to the show. You can see beside me that I did a little magic trick. As Mike and I were getting ready to start, I did this, one of these, and ta-da! Derpy, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, Ryan. How are you?
Good, my man. I'm doing well. I'm glad to see you today. Glad to be here. Glad to be back. It is, in fact, Tuesday of the New York Jets week. Let me just set something up here on my end, and I will be right with you. Here we go. Welcome to the show. Great to see everybody today. Great to see Corey on the board bright and early walking through the door. Welcome back. Yes, Mike does look a little strange today. Tortilla Jackson in the house, all the way from Sacramento, California. Also, I do want to say what's up to my man, Corey, the host of Don't Drink That. If you are into conspiracy theories and things of that nature, do check Corey out over on YouTube at Don't Drink That. Whether your interest is whether your interest is government, whether it's Bigfoot, whether it's UFOs, whatever it is, you could get your fill today over on Don't Drink That. Go check it out. Back at it, baby. Yes, today Mike is on sabbatical. He had to make a trip to. He's pulling a derpy. He had to make a trip to Ohio, so he's even more like derpy than we even know. But we're glad to be back, and he'll be back sometime really, really soon to help us get ready for the New York Jets. But we have a whole lot of things lined up for you today. A lot to get into with the two dumb yinzers, guys. And it's derpy. No coincidence that it's Titty Tuesday, but we're going to keep those suckers locked away for the day, all right?
Don't tempt me, Ryan. Don't tempt me.
I'm trying not to. Welcome, everybody. Let's go right to Corey. Corey says, yo, what's up? I got Mike's email and sent him all my information. You guys are the, oh, man. No problem at all, brother. We got that on our end, and we were all set. So thank you for that, Corey. It's going to be awesome. And he says, wild derps. There is the wild derps, everybody.
Yes.
And also, Tortilla in the house says, Mike looks weird. He does look a little strange today, but that's all good. It's all good in the hood, baby. We're back.
All right.
We're back. Yo.
You like my washed out Big Ben accolade shirt?
You know what? Those are my favorite kind. Every shirt that's washed out like that it's comfortable. You know what I mean? It means you wore it a million times and it's comfy, and it probably has its very own personal holes that you know where they're all at and everything. And those are my favorite kind of shirts. It looks wonderful.
Cody, right off the bat. Okay.
Right off the bat. He says, this is Titty Tuesday. We want to see some knockers. Maybe
I will only show them again if AB actually compliments me being titties of the day on X. I will only do that on YouTube again.
Is he still doing with the cracker of the day?
I think he still does.
Titties of the day. All right, I'll work on that. We'll see what we can do. If we can pull that, we certainly will. Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 1017 of the Two Dumb Yins. It's great to be back as we are working our way to the New York Jets. Again, this is preseason, but you know what? Nonetheless, it is no less exciting, guys. We are just 26 days, that's Rod Woodson days, away from the opener against the Atlanta Falcons. And just a couple more days, as I said, on Friday night at 7 o'clock on national television, so nobody has to miss it. The Steelers will be hosting the New York Jets right here in Pittsburgh, so a lot to get excited about, Derpy. This is going to be game 2 of 20 that's scheduled to the Steelers. We're off to a good start, and it's a lot better than the Falcons can say. I'm going to talk a little bit about them as we go. Yeah, Derps.
I can't even watch the game. Right?
No.
I'm going to be busy for my alumni. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
I do the stats and stuff and film. So.
Yeah, you can't
And
even.
it's not even on Peacock. So I mean, I got Peacock. It's on NBC. So I can't
Do
even
you,
get
you
it.
don't? You have like DVR or anything like that?
Nope. I don't got no cable, so I can't even watch it, dude.
Welcome in. I do want to say what's up to the OG Yinzer.
But it's the Jets. We shouldn't worry about it.
The OG original. The OG Yinzer Joe. I apologize. Yo, what's up, Yinzer? He says, "What's up, brother? Great seeing you as always, my man." There's Tortilla with the shush. I love it. Looks good on the screen. As always, great seeing Tortilla all the way from Sacramento, California. And also, Corey says, if we win a playoff game, you have to do the truffle shuffle. I think we can make that happen.
Only if they win the Super Bowl.
If they win the Super Bowl,
I will do it live.
I mean, you're really pushing it, but you know what? All right, if we win the Super Bowl, it's on. It is on.
I will do it live with my shirt off, and I will do the truffle shuffle.
All right. Cody says Mike pretty much looks exactly the same. No offense, Derpy. Also, Tortilla says Mason will return in Avengers. Rooney's Day. Good day to you, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Again, this is Tuesday, August 18. We are working toward the New York Jets, who we play this Friday in game 2 of our preseason schedule. We'll wrap it up next Thursday against the Buffalo Bills. So just a little over a week, Derpy. Preseason is going to be over just like that. Training camp flew. Preseason's flying, and we're going to be sitting in that 2-week period waiting for that opening game against the Atlanta Falcons to get here. That's the long part between now and then, but you know what? I guess it'd be what we got to do, and we made it from January to now, so I think we'll be fine, Derpy. I think we're going to make it.
I agree, Ryan. Obviously, you met my father when we had that watch party last year. He says it every year. It goes like that. It just goes like that, and
it does.
February. Before you know it,
we'll be dead before you know it. Great to be back, everybody. Lots to get into today. I do want to say I'm going to start off. I pulled up the Atlanta Falcons in Denver Broncos game last night, and I got to be honest with you. Even if you don't think that we're doing good, which I think a lot of people do know and think that we are doing good, the Steelers, the Atlanta Falcons, boy, do they have problems. And I know it's preseason game 1, and you can't really go by it, but if you look at what we're doing compared to what's going on in Atlanta, it's night and day. Kevin Stefanski looks clueless already. They're fumbling everywhere. Tua, at the very first snap of the game in shotgun, Tua fumbled the ball. It was a disaster. It was interception after interception. Cooper Rush came in, never got any better. He threw an interception. It was a joy to watch, knowing that this is going to be who we play to start off the season. So again, granted, it was week 1 in preseason, but I got to be honest with you. If you're taking an early look at the way things look right now, the Steelers look miles, and I mean miles, way ahead of being prepared than the Atlanta Falcons.
The Falcons are going to waste Bijan and Drake's career worse than Matt Ryan and Julio Jones.
Well, I mean, it's not good. As I said, I'm watching it and I'm thinking these guys, they're still at that stage where they're basically running into each other. They're still at early camp stage. And as I'm saying, it was frustrating. If I was a Falcons fan, I would have been very frustrated watching the game. There was so much that went wrong that I'm thinking, geez, they're not going to get this fixed. There's no way. If you made it this far, you made it through camp, and you're still at this pace where you're running into everybody and running into one another and dropping snaps, it's probably going to not be a great year for Atlanta. But again, there's a long way to go. I'd be hard-pressed to say they're going to be in the Super Bowl. But again, it's not looking good, and I love it. I got to be honest with you. I love every second of it, Derpy, because they just don't look like they know what they're doing at all, to be honest.
28-3, Ryan. 28-3. That's all you need to know about the Falcons.
All right, let's get back on the board. Let's go right here to Corey. I'm sorry, Corey in the house. He says, no, my stipulations were stated. Playoffs are more likely than the Super Bowl, and the fans want this. Derpy, don't fuck us. Derpy, please. Please, Derpy,
Well,
please. The demands are on your chest.
well, I would say I would make a TJ Watt comment, but I'm not gonna say that. But
Rimsey ain't here yet. You can make your TJ comments if you'd like.
you could probably blame that all on Hayward and Hayward and TJ, because we haven't done anything since they've been here.
Well, I got to be honest with you. It looks good. There's a lot of things being said that we could be optimistic about our Steeler team. We're going to get into a lot of things today. We're going to get into some camp review, talk about the winners, the losers, how camp went, how we feel the camp went, and how the injuries are looking at this point and how that is going to affect us moving forward. You got to remember, guys, most of this secondary is not very seasoned at this point, if you will. I mean, Brandon Echols had the injury. Of course, JPJ's been out. Jalen Ramsey's been out since day one of camp. Brisker went out yesterday with some bumps and bruises. So at the end of the day, I mean, as things are looking good for us, and I feel optimistic, absolutely optimistic. But at the end of the day, the secondary has not had a chance to play together. Yes, ASJ looked good, Jamal Dean, but at the end of the day, when you put it all together, the whole secondary really doesn't have much experience with one another in camp, yes, but at the end of the day, nothing in game time experience. But you know what? We'll see how this weekend goes. We'll see who gets healthy. But I don't know. I don't know if JPJ is going to be involved in anything as far as camp goes unless they get this deal figured out, Derpy. Of course, Witherspoon gets his deal figured out the other day on his contract. Maybe that means we're a step closer to getting JPJ figured out.
He deserves the money. It's just I just don't think he deserves 30-something million like everybody else is getting. But
it's a lot of
because
money.
I want him to be a team player more than just a stuck up for all the other players that get their money and never win a Super Bowl.
Right. Well, you know what? The guy never let up a touchdown. He improved the areas that he needed to improve. And, let's say he comes out this year, he gets his contract and gets 5 interceptions. I mean, we're going to be happy. I know that for whatever reason, the Steeler fans aren't quite happy with JPJ. He's not doing anything unethical, anything different than anybody else ever does while they're trying to get their contract extended. So it just makes me wonder how many interceptions is it going to take for the Steelers to actually Steeler fans to actually accept JPJ as one of the better cornerbacks. So, who knows? And I know that, of course, it's a very personal topic with Tyrone that's always on the board. And I know that a lot of people are anxious to see what's going to happen because that's a big part of the defense. You have a shutdown corner, and he's the one that's not participating.
Well, we'll just have to see, man. It's just not looking good because I want the team on the same page. And this is Rodgers' last rodeo. It's just, things are not starting so good for the Steelers. Let's just say that.
But as we said, the injuries and of course JPJ, not something that we want to deal with. But you got to say, Derpy, after watching the game last Thursday, it's a little bit more encouraging than some may say, especially a lot of the Steelers critics that are always going to be critics that always fail to mention that we haven't finished in last place since 1988. These particular people are the ones that always tell us how bad we're going to do, and we never do quite as bad as they think. And I think that's kind of where we're at, Derpy. People are going to say that we're not looking good. We've got this problem. We have that problem. But at the end of the day, I seeing what I seen last week, again, only preseason game one. To be fair, every team was playing in only preseason game one last week. So, again, if you look good, you look good. If you didn't, you didn't.
Speaking of that, did you see how bad the Bengals O-line was for Joe Burrow?
Oh, I love it. You got to love what you're seeing.
I love it. And then, then the Clowns, their QB situation will never change.
Yeah, no, I know it's a disaster. It's a disaster what's going on in Cleveland. I do apologize. I am messing with some things here.
I will say, I as everyone, like you said, everyone's like counting us out as usual. I besides the Ravens, I think we might win the division easily this year.
Yeah, we will see. That's why they play the game. There's a long season between now. There's a long season between now and January, so we'll see how we land. Let's get back to the board. Let's go right here to the OG Yinzer Joe. He says Chris Canny seems to think we need to tank this season. He thinks the Steelers will be will be at the bottom of the division and not make the playoffs. Of course he does. Hasn't
Michigan
every
can't be
prediction about
again?
the Steelers been right there as long as you could remember? Remember last year we were supposed to finish in third or fourth?
Yep. It's been
I
that
mean,
way. I mean, it's been always been that way since actually
I
Ben
just
left.
I'd like to know what kind of drugs they're on before they make these calls, because again, you're going on 40 years of history. You're going against 40 years of history, year in, year out, being wrong, year in, year out. So again, makes you wonder what's going on, what this agenda has always been against the Steelers. Let's do scoot down here to Cody. Cody said Atlanta looked bad. The Panthers looked worse. The starters looked worse than Green Bay's third string. Wow. And we're lucky because we have that NFC South division this year. And speaking of which, Derpy, we're going to be doing your division segments today. I think we're going to knock 2 divisions out today in the AFC to get us a little caught up. But again, the AFC South and the NFC South is going to be who the
No,
Steelers are up against.
AFC East and West.
And the but the AFC, you're right. The AFC South and the NFC South is who the Steelers are going to be up against this year. And I got to be honest, that's pretty favorable for the Steelers, and I do like it. So at the end of the day, I don't think the scheduling is going to kill us. It can kill us down the road if we let it, but if we put ourselves in a good enough position to that point, then at the end of the day, I think we're going to be okay. Let's get back to Corey. Corey says this: the thing I like about McCarthy is he's not afraid to pull the guys who act like a football coach. You mean like a football coach? I'm sorry, but that's kind of what happens when you're a coach. Somebody's not performing, you pull them.
One thing about McCarthy, I mean, you know how I was like down on it, but thinking on the hire, McCarthy ain't gonna cut that crap, especially with the Pittsburgh Steelers, knowing he's a yinzer.
Absolutely, he's dead serious.
He's done with the bull crap drama that the Steelers have been lately. Honestly.
And it's resonating through the locker room. You could feel it resonating through the locker room. You can feel it what the players are saying, the way they're reacting, the way they're playing. You got to be honest. It looks like a whole new team. And again, we can sit here and break down what Coach Tomlin didn't do, what Tomlin did do, what he is doing, what he's not. I mean, I think the proof is in the pudding. You watch this team play football. There's going to be discipline there. It sounds odd to say that, being that we're having pre-snap issues, but again, just continue to watch the way this team is being coached. It's being coached like a well-disciplined team. So I expect those things to be fixed. And again, if that's the big problem on the preseason game one is some pre-snap penalties, you're doing okay if you win 28-9. Again, it is preseason. It's hard to put that into perspective, what 28-9 means. But at the end of the day, it could have been a lot worse. Again, if you watch a lot of these teams that did play last week, Derpy, they are not ready. Again, a couple of these teams, including Atlanta, they are still at the stage where they're literally running into each other. I seen guys running into each other on the same team. So we're light years ahead of them. So again, any discouragement, I would certainly put it on the shelves, because I'm feeling pretty damn encouraged from what I'm seeing, especially compared to what other teams look like.
2 things, Ryan. Looking on last week's game, even though we probably already recapped, the offense felt different.
Damn right it did. They were able to move the ball at will.
The play calling was really good.
Yeah, I would agree.
Even though there was different strings, it felt more. What's the word I want to say? Motivated, or
it looked like an offense in the NFL.
It looked like an NFL offense, yeah.
I mean, when was the last time you were satisfied with the way that the NFL, or the way our offense looked? And again, I can't stress this enough. It is preseason. And if I don't do that, somebody on the board will go, "When is preseason?" and give me a bunch of shit. So at the end of the day, I do want to keep stressing that. So everything that is said positive, yes, it is preseason. I do get that. Let me get back to the board. Let's go right here to let me finish Corey, actually. He says this: he had no loyalty to Cam and TJ, so if they don't play well, that might be they might be ass. That might be they ass. Okay, they might be they ass. Absolutely. Hey, you know what? And if it is, it is. And that's the one thing that's difficult about pros, is there's money involved and there's contract involved. And at the end of the day, that it really they weren't calling plays like scared little. That's about it too. They weren't calling plays like scared little bitches. And at the end of the day, last year we're sitting there watching Aaron Rodgers dump passes off to our running backs over and over and over. And I sure the hell hope that play itself is at a bare minimum which I'm sure I mean, who knows what the hell is going to go on? It's a whole new team, a whole new offense, a whole new system, but it looks 100% better. And as Somber is saying on the board, I agree 100%. It looked like an NFL offense for once, and it's been years. It's been years since we could say that. Let's get back on the board. Let's go right here to Cody. Cody says Steelers look bad. Steelers have looked bad since Tomlin lost Cowher's players. Let's go here, drop down a little bit.
That's the other thing I wanted to mention.
Yeah, go ahead.
Looking back also on last week's game, there's so many guys that have potential that we sign. It's kind of unreal. I'm kind of interested who will make it and who won't make it.
Well, I mean, I think
it's just like I'm just saying.
I think most of it's writing on the wall. I mean, there's 5 players, one way or the other. It's usually the difference in making the roster. Again, we're cutting down from 90 to 53 here in less than 2 weeks. So, I mean, you can tell who a lot of the camp bodies are. You can tell who a lot of people that are going to make it are. Again, there's about 5 people that's always in between. It could go one way or another. We'll get into that here shortly. Let me grab Cody here real quick. He says this. I'm sorry, Corey. Corey says that Cody, I'm going to be honest. I don't think they planned on Tomlin being around as long as he was. The winning season is the only reason they kept him. I think the first sub 500 would have been it. The original OG Injured Joe says Asante has been proved to. Should we give him $30 million? No, just trade JPJ. Let's go to Cody. Cody says, so I can say Penn State sucks. You sure can. You can say it loud. You can say it proud. Penn State sucks. There you go, Cody. My man, always great seeing Cody on the board. Let's go to Sick Jones from all the way across the country. Good morning, motherfucker. He says from across the country with his terrible towels waving on the terrible board. Looking good, my man. Great seeing you. Vegas in the house all the way from Las Vegas. Vegas, what's going on, brother? You ready for the New York Jets? I know I'm ready for the New York Jets. We got 3 days on that. Won't be long now, guys. And as I said, a little over a week, preseason will be done. If you could even believe that. Preseason will be done. Training camp will be done. Everything will be done. And we'll be in that 2-week wait before the Steelers head home. Stay at home, I guess I could say, for the Atlanta Falcons. That is in just 26 days. So, again, it's coming fast, gentlemen and ladies, if you will. Let's continue down right here. JPJ is the GOAT, Tyrone. I disagree. I disagree hard because I think you were the GOAT, my friend. But JPJ, he's a close second. Fair enough? Vegas says Tomlin was on. Yeah, did anybody catch the Tomlin on the Tonight Show? Derpy, did you see this?
No, but I seen a clip, and they were going over his Tomlinisms.
Yeah, what did you see? I haven't seen it. I keep reading about it, but I haven't seen anything of notable that you could remember.
They were just, like I said, they were just going over his Tomlinisms that were popular over the years.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check. I'll check that out.
That was the only clip I saw. I didn't really catch the full.
I'm going to check it out today, get a review on it, preview on it, and then maybe we'll throw it up on the screen tomorrow, and we'll assess it. We'll look at what he said and watch it, go over it. Let me prepare that today so we could do it tomorrow.
He did look good in his debut at his on NBC. Not a lie though.
I think he's going to do fine. I think he's belongs in that business. I think he's going to do just fine as a broadcaster. Let's go here to Vegas. He says he'll end up coaching again, and we will get nothing. We'll get nothing for him, is what Vegas is saying. Also, guys, the scoop this morning, it looks like Najee Harris is going to the New York Giants, which I dig for him. It seemed like that trip out west was a disaster for Najee. The whole thing was a disaster, to be honest. He came here as a rookie. Ran consecutive season, year after year after year, 1,000 yards, goes out to L.A. to play for the Chargers, gets that injury, gets blown up. I think he blew himself up with fireworks or some shit. But now he's coming back to the East Coast, maybe getting him in New York and change his fortune. But I think on top of that, Derpy, it's an interesting team they're building up there in New York.
Pieces.
They're getting a lot of different pieces here and there and everywhere. When you look at it, you're like, wow, they got him. Oh, well, they got him. Oh. Do I think it's going to be enough to ultimately win that NFC East? Probably not.
I'd say second, maybe.
But it's a team of misfits that, you might be able to throw this together and see what sticks at the end of the day. I just, again,
they have their guy. So,
a lot of interesting players. And again, Najee Harris will be teaming back up with Calvin Austin III. after a couple seasons. So again, that could be interesting for Steeler fans for whatever reason. Let's do Scoot along right here. Let's go to Vegas. He said he'll end up coaching again, and we'll get nothing for him. Tyrone says probably Vegas. Vegas is not even a hamburger. Corey, don't drink that, says it flowed naturally. It didn't look strange. It absolutely did, didn't it? It absolutely did, didn't it? It looked natural. Yeah. I see Tater walking through the door.
Oh no, Tater's here.
Tater and Derpy are in the house at the same time. There was actually speculation, Derpy, that you and Tater were the same person. I said no.
There it goes. It's gone now. Tater's his own person.
What's that? Yeah, there you go. There's no longer any speculation on that. Let's go to Somber.
It could be Mike though. You never know. It could be Mike.
It could be Mike. It could be. Let's go here to Somber. Somber says they weren't calling plays like scared little bitches. You're right.
Yep.
Jen, what's going on? Always great seeing Jen on the terrible board all the way from Wisconsin. Always great seeing Jen. We got 3 days till the New York Jets come to town. Again, in a little over a week, the preseason will be over once we wrap up things with the Bills next Thursday, and then the wait is on. And that's probably the longest 2 weeks of the year, also including the buys as well. It kind of falls in that category for me. But again, always great seeing Jen on the terrible board. Hope things are going good for you, sister. I know you got your terrible towel ready. Tyrone says this wide receiver core will open up faster, and I agree. I watched the game for like the 8th time yesterday, and I really liked what I seen from Jeremy Bernard. I really liked what I seen, and I said it at the beginning of the week, actually after the game. He's very Juju-ish. He kind of has the Juju form, kind of the Juju build. He kind of moves like Juju, and at the end of the day, I know that when you're drafting your receiver, you're hoping it's somebody that could be a one day, and there's no reason he can't be a one day, but I'm just saying very Juju-ish. There's not a lot of the one receiver qualities that I've seen, but what I've seen so far for a rookie, look good. Preseason game 1 again wasn't bad, but that was my take of him. My first take of him in his Steeler uniform playing in a game is he looked like Juju. He caught the ball like Juju. He moved like Juju after he caught the ball.
Bernard.
What's that?
Bernard.
Yeah, Jeremy Bernard. Very Juju-ish.
Well, let's hope he doesn't do TikToks like Juju.
No.
Actually plays football.
I didn't mind Juju's TikToks as long as he caught the fucking football at the end of the day.
Yeah, unlike Mr. Deontay Johnson that Mike loves.
Yeah. Let's go here. Let's go to let's go to Corey. Corey says
he had good route running and good production.
I remember the year he was a wide receiver 1 and he didn't have a touchdown all year.
Yep, I remember that.
In the argument was well, Kenny Pickett's his quarterback. Well, why does all the other receivers on the team have touchdowns and you don't?
Right. Oh man.
Let's go here to Corey. Corey says, Mason tried to dink and dunk instead. His trauma. Mason looked the exact same. I'm not saying that's bad, but for what it is, he looked the exact same. He held the ball way too long a couple times. We
know what we get out of Mason.
You know what you're going to get with Mason. Mason tried to dink and duck instead. His trauma response kicked in, and he froze, and then tried to fly because he doesn't know how to pull the fucking trigger. Let's go here to Somber. He says we had Hurlman and Smith on our PS practice squad and decided to sign MVS. And yeah, ain't that the truth? I tell you what, Hurlman was even somewhat impressive the other night. In that play where he took off down the sideline, he was moving pretty good. And then also Smith, again, he had nothing but good word coming from him all preseason. Camp preseason. Let's go here to Tyrone. Facts, don't drink that. The Mason played scared. He did. And he was the one that you would think that wouldn't play scared of the 3, but he was. He looked scared back there. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. He says ASJ is the GOAT. Mark Malone, what's up? Always great seeing the man, the myth, the mustache. Mark Malone in the Heezy baby. He says ASJ is the GOAT out of our secondary for sure. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, guys, the secondary isn't really getting a lot of work together as a whole. Brisker had a little some bruises and bumps the other day. He kept him from practicing for a while. Jalen Ramsey hasn't practiced since day 1 with his injury. Of course, Joey Porter Jr. with his situation. So, I mean, this is a strength of the Steelers. A lot of people are saying that is a strength of the Steelers. So, just makes you wonder how they are going to be as the season gets ready to kick off in 26 days with that secondary. Are they going to be able to pull it together? I think that we're going to get this JPJ contract figured out before we start the season. But at that point, again, it's going to be jam packed trying to figure out. At least get on the same page with all your teammates. Let's continue to move forward. Let's go right here to Aaron Jade. Great seeing Aaron. Here we go. Steelers with you, Rock. It's always great seeing you, brother. Hope things are going well with Aaron Jade. Tyrone says Samuel can't guard wide receiver ones. And you know what? He looked good the other night.
He did.
But my thing is this. I'm used to seeing JPJ back there. So he seemed really little to me. He just seemed very little. At the end of the day, but Joey is very long. He's very long and rangy, so maybe it was some kind of optical illusion. I don't know. Mark Malone says, "Where the hell is Mike? Mike had to go on vacation. He had to go. It's a summer-ending vacation that he takes every year with his kid. He takes him out to Ohio. It's some kind of indoor water park, I think it is. Let's go here. Let's go to Somber. Somber says,
like Kalahari.
I don't know. I don't know.
Or what's it called? Kings Island.
Maybe something Island.
Kings Island, then.
Kings Island. That sounds right. I can still be wrong. Let's go right here. Let's go to Somber says Waller caught a touchdown flat-footed over. That's what I'm saying. He's just okay last year. Stop trying to crown him over a camp and preseason performance. Makes you look dumb. Somber is shot out of a cannon. Let's go here to Tater. Tater says ESPN power rankings of Pittsburgh at 30th. Will this impact? No. Listen, have you listened to anything?
ESPN Tater hates us, so I don't.
Tater, no, he knows better, and I'm going to tell you why.
We're going to prove him.
Because he has 40 years to understand that we haven't finished in last place.
Yep.
Don't listen to the media.
Nope. We always prove him wrong.
How many fucking years in a row could they say that we're going to be in third or fourth place? Guess what? It doesn't happen. And if it does, it's one in a few. Come on, Tater. I know you're trying to bust balls, but geez, oh man.
At least our team doesn't choke in the Super Bowl.
You know the last time the Browns won the division, Derpy? 1989.
Right. I'm talking about San Francisco because that's a team.
I know, but what's he gonna do? We're gonna get all the material to shit on San Francisco, and then he's gonna jump ship to somewhere else. Again, you got to stop watching ESPN. You got to stop listening to these people. 30th moving forward is unbelievable, especially again. And you're gonna and then they're gonna turn around and say a team like Atlanta. I'm just for example. I don't know if they are. They're gonna say, well, this Atlanta team, they're looking good for the future. They have Robinson. Meanwhile, they don't have shit. I watched that preseason game last night, and it was laughable. It was laughable. Again, yes, only preseason game one, but still, they were all over the place. They were, like I said, they were literally running into each other at a certain point. I seen two linemen bumping heads, running into one another. Quarterback play was putrid compared to what our second and third string and fourth string kids did. Their first stringers, every quarterback was bad. Tua was bad. He was dropping shotgun snaps. Cooper Rush, I think Cooper Rush was throwing interceptions like crazy. Stefanski was standing there like he had not a clue. Just looking on, and again, I'm so grateful that we are where we are. And this will be a team that these ESPN idiots are going to end up saying, oh, this team is going to be good in the future. Watch for these guys. Again, when is Atlanta ever good? Again, when does the Steelers ever finish in last place? Again, Tater, come on, brother. Come on. Unless you just are busting balls, and that's cool. But I don't know. I don't know how to take Tater sometimes. Of course, from across the pond. Let's get down there to the man, the myth, the mustache. He says, didn't Najee shoot one of it? Yeah, he had some firework issue. Blew some shit up in his hand, and then he tore his Achilles or some shit. So he might be happy to come back to the East Coast, but he is signing with the New York Giants as we speak. So that is going on. Again, another ex-Steeler, John Harbaugh. Really putting a team together. Again, if this team is going to stick, we don't know. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of different pieces being thrown into this Giants project. And again, I'm curious to see how it is going to play out, especially in that division with Dallas and Philadelphia, and even the Redskins in a sense. So it's going to be a tough division. But there you go. Najee on his way to the Giants. Also, the Browns, former Browns edge rusher, Zadarius Smith, he is trying out with Atlanta. He didn't want to play with the Browns, so he stepped away and he turned around, and now he's trying out with the Atlanta Falcons. So just another thing that falls under that Browns cloud of shit. And again, going possibly to Atlanta, and this is who we do see in week 1, so we may see him. Let's continue down on the board. Steeler Freak, great seeing my man, Big John Stud, middle name Mud, in the house. Always great seeing John. John says Derpy has Mr. Potato Head, Mr. Potato
Hey,
Arms.
that's Derpy Potato to you.
All right, there you go. Don't get it twisted. Let's go here to Corey. He says, Ty, I don't know if you noticed this, but watch Mason next time he follows the same steps. Stay on the first read for 2-3 seconds. Then he goes second, third, fourth, reads all in like 2 seconds. Let's go here to Tyrone. Somber, that's facts. Samuel ain't proved nothing. I mean, I don't think it's nothing. I mean, he looks good, but at the end of the day,
he's a good depth piece.
There's a good argument both ways, I think, for him. I think he's okay. Listen, he shouldn't be getting Joey Porter's money, I can tell you that. But I think he's certainly a serviceable piece. He could play probably a pretty damn good nickel, I would think. So, again, we haven't seen the secondary play together yet. Hopefully, we could get that pulled together. Inter Joe says Sante Samuel Jr. did guard number 1s before last Thursday. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly, Somber. You get Porter, Dean, and then have ASJ as your third. You're in good shape. Why put why try to put him at the top where, again, you could put it 1, 2, 3 and have a really nice secondary back there. So let's continue forward. Let's go right here to Corey. Don't drink that. Corey says this. He says then he backpedals, scrambles left, and cuts back toward the pocket, tucks the ball and takes a sack, or throws 50-50 to the middle of the field. And again, of all the quarterbacks, he certainly looked the worst. But again, he did play the highest caliber defense on Thursday night as well, again, getting the starters at the beginning of the game. He has Tyrone in preseason. Vegas says Juju-ish is a new religion. I think Juju could probably dig that. He'd probably like that. Tyrone said, yeah, I agree, Corey. That cut Mason and Harrison say yes. I think Harrison is good as gone. Mason, it just all depends on how coach wants to handle the quarterback situation. So we will see. Let's go here to Somber. He says Bernard is a more shifty. Yes. A more shifty Juju. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought. Jen says, I'm afraid Rodgers is going to treat Jeremy like he did Roman. I heard that he is not where Rodgers wants him to be. Rodgers is an ass.
And he's QB1, so I don't think it matters.
You got to be in the club, though. You got to be in the Aaron Rodgers club. I mean, he proved that last year. There's no speculation. There's no you have to be in his little club. You got to be,
He's got to prove himself.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely has to prove himself. But again, I hope he gets the opportunity.
Yep.
I mean, getting throws early from Mason Rudolph was one thing in the preseason game. But again, we've seen how Roman played out last year. He could say this, he could say that. But at the end of the day, the guy got minimal playing time through 17 games. The guy never got it together enough to go in there and catch a couple passes. It's insane. I mean, he literally did catch a couple passes. Let's go here to Lindsay. Always great seeing Lindsay in the house. You got the Watts up on the board. Always looking good. Lindsay, how you doing, sister? From right here in the Berg. Great seeing Lindsay on the terrible board as always. Ginzer Joe says this. JPJ could be a whole different player this season after a new contract, and it might not be a good thing. At least we know where ASJ is right now. Let's go to Tyrone. He says he's been throwing to him. Jen. Also, Jen saying hey to Lindsay, exchanging pleasantries. Let's go right here. Tyrone says, stop. Samuel ain't done me shit. Let's go down here. JPJ is expendable is what Mark Malone is saying on the board in the secondary. Steeler Freak, Big John Stud, middle name Mud, says this. He says, if Rodgers writes a player off, he has no chance.
Oh, great Wolf.
Rodgers is going to do what Rodgers is going to do. We're going to ride with it. Win, lose, or draw. Let's go right here. Let's go one day, Tortilla is saying. I don't know. Is that what it is? Maybe. It's an indoor water park. That sounds right.
It's either Kalahari, Kings
I,
Island, or Great Wolf Lodge.
I think it's the island one. For some reason, that sounds right.
Okay, there's
I
3 of
think.
them around.
Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says this is probably the Great Wolf Lodges on Water Park. Tyrone says Steeler fans make one pass break. Steeler fan Samuel makes one pass break up, and we can trade JPJ. Now his fan base again. I don't understand the hate for JPJ. Here in Pittsburgh, it's heavy. I don't know how it's being perceived across the land.
Because he's Penn State. You know it is.
But I do. Well, I mean, that could be it. But I do know that so many people, just in general conversation,
I will say though that,
or just let him go. Get rid of him. He's not worth it. Don't pay him the money.
His daddy was let go.
Yeah, his dad was let go. But again, right now in Western PA, he's not very popular. So do what you want with that, guys. Let's go right here to Kalahari is where I used to go all the time. Best water park, said Lindsay. Vegas says this. Vegas says Francisco. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe says this. A real Steeler fan doesn't watch one play like you, Tyrone. Stick around and watch more football. LOL.
Hey now. Come on.
Lots of things going on today. Jets week again, Friday night, 7:00 p.m. on national television for the country to see. The New York Jets will be visiting the North Shore to take on your Pittsburgh Steelers in the second preseason game of the season, guys. And then after that, we got Buffalo. Then we start our regular season in 26 days against the Atlanta Falcons. So much to get into. Let's get into it. Let me start right here. Yes, Mike Tomlin was. Did anybody got any good stories about Mike Tomlin on the Tonight Show before we do start? I didn't see it. We'll get the video tonight. We'll put it up tomorrow, and we will we'll dissect it. But right now, I don't know if anybody has any good stories from Mike Tomlin. Do throw it up on the board because I don't, unfortunately. So here's the thing. Middle of the defense is my concern. A lot of people are concerned with the offense. The middle of the defense, what do you mean by that, Ryan? I'm talking about the inside linebackers and the three down linemen. Now, some of this got addressed last weekend when we brought a Landon Roberts back. I think this is huge. I think it's huge. And I also do notice that Peyton Wilson has been looking great. From what I've seen in preseason, again, it's only one take, but again, we'll continue to follow what him and Patrick Queen and the inside looks like. But the inside linebacker room certainly looks improved, again, by Peyton Wilson's play and again, by the addition to E-Rob. You still do have a 38-year-old tackle. You have a newly signed Keanu Benton. You have a second-year guy in Y.A. Black, and you also have Derek Harmon coming back on his second year. So, again, I'm so up in the air. It just all depends on, again, the performance at the end of the day. A lot of people say that they didn't play up to their potential last year. You let up over 200 yards rushing against Buffalo. What did we actually do to fix these issues? And, again, people will turn around and say, well, we have a new system, new defensive coordinator. He will fix this. And I hope you're 100% right. Yes. But it's the same, you do have the same guys. You still have, a 38-year-old tackle who played well last year. I'm not taking anything away from him. Again, some people still think that it's a lot of money that you gave Keanu Benton. Other people love it. Other people are saying, he deserves it. Some people are saying, just the 1-5 sack season, is that enough for you to justify giving him that kind of money? So again, at the end of the day, I'm concerned about that middle of the defense. If they could step it up, if they could stuff the run, if they could plug holes, if they could create pressure on passing situations, I'll be thrilled. But again, that's just something that I'm going to have to see, Derpy. I didn't think that it was done that well last year. It wasn't done consistently. It was done well at times, and it was done poorly at other times. So that's my concern. The offensive line, a lot of other people were concerned with. I think that's a no-brainer. They got to get it together. There's no shortcuts to this, Derpy. Troy Fatanu got to get his shit together upstairs, and we have to figure out who's going to play right tackle. So there are concerns. Don't get me wrong. Right. After preseason one, it's not time to buy our Super Bowl tickets by any means, but there's certainly concerns at this time, and those were a couple of mine. My third concern would be, again, the secondary. Just, you're going to throw them all together in week one and hope it plays out and works for the best. And I would like to see the secondary get to participate and practice together just a little bit before that comes. But who knows? Who knows how this is going to play out, Derps?
I couldn't agree more on that, Ryan, with the middle of the field and the linebackers. our problem's always been that third down situation where we when they throw it where we can't read it and they throw it right in the middle to the tight end.
Yeah.
That's the progress I want to see with the moves of the in the off season mainly is if we can actually read it and actually hit somebody and knock the ball out, knock the socks out of them actually with our linebackers. We really haven't had a guy like that in a minute.
And then one thing you also have to consider as well, and as I'm rewatching the Steeler game last night, it was 7-6 at halftime.
Yeah,
So this was when you got all your starters, when it was competitive.
right.
The 28-9 score, I mean, that was second half. And this was playing against a bunch of insurance salesmen. These people, a lot
Yeah.
of these guys aren't going to be in the league. As I said, they're going from 50. I'm going from 90 to 53 here in a couple of weeks. So at the end of the day, just something to keep in mind. Just something to keep in mind. This is why I want to see Drew Aller earlier this week. Maybe switch their rules. And again, did we already see enough of Mason? I think we already know all about Mason. There's enough tape on Mason to maybe not keep him in as long. Perhaps let the two kids participate and see where the ball lands.
I agree. Two things. Defensively, I like the new hire because he's definitely brought more for defense corner. I definitely love the hire because he actually has brought a different type of energy than just a layback energy. Here, he's actually making um guys participate than what Tom was normally used to.
Yeah, I mean,
With his routines,
yeah.
and then
Listen,
secondly, I agree with maybe we should get rid of Mason, even though most don't want him to get rid of him because he's just a backup, But the young guys, Mason's been here for like 7 to 8 years. You got to give the young guys a chance.
absolutely.
And there was one particular pass I saw with Aller last week that had me was like, oh, even though Will Howard did great, that one particular pass was like for me with Aller was like, oh, and it was basically where he was fully getting under pressure by the entire D line, and he backs up and then throws it for a first down, and the receiver wasn't even there yet.
Yeah.
That particular pass right there shocked me and showed me that he actually might be the guy.
I'm watching
But
both
we'll
of these
see.
quarterbacks play, and my assessment, I think, is pretty much like everybody else's. At the end of the day, Aller didn't
Everybody's
do
got to get
anything
an
wrong,
opportunity.
but Will Howard had a solid outing.
Right.
There was. I mean, if you have to take a guy, I would have taken Drew Aller. But again, that's not saying this preseason game that Howard doesn't go out and do his thing, and Aller is less. And I might say the same thing about Howard. So again, this is what we've been saying all along. This preseason is big. This is a learning process. We've gone through 20 years of a Tomlin coach team, and this is a totally different team, totally different concept, ideas, and everything. So again, we all will continue to learn as this process does go. I think we all learned quite a bit in that very first game. I think that we'll continue to learn quite a bit in the next game and in the next game. And again, Derpy, probably all the way through week 18 of the season, ultimately, we're going to still continue to learn. I mean, I'm reading things where Mike McCarthy is more than likely. The way that it was explained was he's basically playing chess. The way he's running his offense and doing things, he's trying to throw people off around the league that may be watching, paying attention, getting tape from preseason. He's
Packages.
it's just different. He's doing things to throw people off. And again, it's very calculated. And I like that. I like the calculated mindset. I like the way that, he probably has things thought through. And the thing was, he sat around last year and he watched an NFL football season play out. Now, I don't know about you. If you're involved in something and you leave for a reason and then you come back, I come back with more energy. I come back with more ideas. I come back, and it just makes you think that he has himself a game plan, ultimately, some kind of mastermind. This is what I'm hoping on, at least. But from what I'm reading, this is the way he's trying to throw people off already. So again, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Coach McCarthy. This is a kind of football coach. Again, I'm not going to badmouth A, B, or C in the past. I'm just going to say that I am enjoying what I am seeing from Coach McCarthy so far this year.
There's definitely a different, like I said, energy.
Absolutely.
He's a yinzer, and he isn't gonna cut. He isn't gonna cut the bull crap with the Steelers anymore of what it's been. Even though Tomlin had his somewhat successful, his accolade of seasons.
Let's take a note. Let's take a look
He's
at what
just
some.
done with the bull crap. He wants to win in Pittsburgh.
Let's take a look at
Simple
what
as
some
that.
people were saying about Coach McCarthy. This was Benny Sco. Benny Sco says this about Coach Mack. He says Coach Mack is really good for the Steelers offense. You're going to see some guys break out that you wouldn't expect. You're going to see some guys break out that you wouldn't expect. And you know what? Who this fares well for? It fares well for guys like Caleb Johnson, you would think, and guys that generally were put on the back burner. We're going to get an opportunity to look at them. Obviously, not in the first game, but again, this whole thing is new to us. It's a whole learning process, and we don't know what Mike McCarthy is going to do or put out on that field. So again, Benny Sco, again, very encouraging what he's saying. This was said by. Let me find where we're at.
I do feel like that also, Ryan.
Yeah.
I mentioned this idea a couple weeks ago. With, I mean, me and Mike always want Howard or Allard to compete or be that guy. I really believe that McCarthy might do packages for both of them
Oh,
if
I'm
we get rid of
sure.
Rudolph. Like we use them in different scenarios.
I mean, during the same game.
Yep.
I
That's
don't
how
know.
I feel
I think
about both of them, but that's just me.
I think we're still a ways off for that. We're still testing the water, trying to see where they're at. I think with
Right,
Aaron
right.
and, again, here in 2 weeks, the preseason is going to be over. Playtime is going to be done. It's going to be time to mess around, or it's not going to be time to mess around anymore. So, again, if that does happen, I think possibly something in the future. But, again, with a different mindset on offense as far as coaching, who knows? Who knows what the
Right.
hell we'll see? As long as it's not these dump-offs, mid-season, Green Bay, middle of the season, you need some wins. And this is what our offense was last year. It's going to be totally different than that this year, and I'm very excited about that. And especially, again, as I said, as I watched the Atlanta game last night, this team just doesn't look like they are anywhere close to having it together. So that is encouraging for teams like the Steelers who are feeling good about what they have going on.
I said this also previously. I really do believe Rodgers is all in.
Oh, I
I
do
think
too.
he's really motivated than where he was last year.
I do. It's different. He's familiar this year, and he's even
And
more
it
familiar.
shows. It's
I
shown all
absolutely, I
season.
agree. 100%. Let's get back to the board. Let's go over
The,
some
que-
things here.
the question is the team on the same page as him? Because
Um,
McCarthy and Rodgers are on the same page.
we will see. We will see. Let's go right here. Steeler Freak says Shannon keeps Purdy in bubble wrap. I'm not sure he would be successful somewhere else. And you know what? I thought that from the beginning.
He's a system guy.
He is a system guy. Let's go to Corey. Corey says Trans Francisco is crazy at Vegas. Laugh my ass off. Follows it up by saying, which is hilarious because he's still hurt every year now. Let's go to Tyrone. He says, motherfucking watch more football. You're a dumbass and glad you're not a GM. Keep Porter out of your mouth. Now y'all starting to piss me off. You motherfuckers ruin the show for me every damn day. Let's go to Somber. He says, Sante Samuel Jr. is third CB3 at best. Tater says week one Falcons. I don't care. Tater. Yeah, listen. Fuck the Falcons, man. Fuck them. Let's go here. Mark Malone. He says, luckily the FO knows what JPJ is worth. Tortilla says this. Did someone say preseason A-Rod? Preseason A-Rod. Let's go right here to is that somebody you know, Derpy? Trent?
Yeah, that's Trent. What's up, Trent? Appreciate you, man.
Welcome, Trent. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the terrible board. Corey says this. George Carlin said it. They're all in the special club, and you're not in it. I think it sounded a little something like that. Somber said, Sister from another mister in the Heezy baby. Right here goes Yinzer Joe. He says, do you reward a rookie for not blocking or running the wrong routes? No. That's why Roman gotten better and understand what he's supposed to do and has been given more chances this season.
Unlike someone that.
Let me ask you something, guys. If you were in the offensive situation that we were in last year, we had no wide receivers, none at the end of the year. I mean, we had a one.
Yeah, Ryan, we didn't really have.
And in the two biggest games, the two games to wrap up the season, we needed to beat Baltimore. We had to. And we had no wide receivers. Wide receiver one punched somebody. We decided not to get a number two. And your best receivers are people that you just pulled in off the streets.
Yeah.
Was Roman that bad? Was Roman that bad?
I don't think
when you have zero to work with, and you bring in your whole wide receiver squad off the street to play the two most important games of the year. What am I missing? Could you, if you even are that bad, how are you even on the team?
Right.
I just don't know what we're missing. Again, we'll find out next year when the quarterback changes, and if things are different, then again, we'll know. But one thing that I do know is they had nothing, and they still
found
did
a way.
what they did. So again, if anybody has an answer on that, let's move forward. Let's go right here.
Right.
Let's go. Yeah.
Speaking of that last game, with this offseason, Austin leaving, going to the Giants, I think that might hurt a little bit. But that's just me, because he was clutch anytime he caught the ball.
He was. I don't know. I think we could have got more out of him, but maybe it was just, again, under the Tomlin offense. Who knows? It didn't really yield much. So, again, at the end of the day, I wouldn't put it by him. Somber, the fuck you talking about? Mark Maloney says this. He's really not going to be popular once he starts holding out. And as I said, it's not pretty here. Pull up to anybody and start talking. And the hate, the JPJ hate it's real. And I don't get it. I don't like it. Let's go to Lindsay. I haven't heard anything. Oh, well, that's cool. That is cool. Let's move forward. Let's go right here to go on any yeah, by all means, keep looking. You'll see it. Let's go here. Somber says he broke down 3 Tomlinisms. It was funny. I'm going to check that out.
They did the "We Do Not Care" one. That was the clip I saw.
What's that?
They did the "We Do Not Care" one.
Oh, really? I got to check. I'm going to check it out today.
That was like his most famous meme.
But like I said, tomorrow we'll throw it up on the board. We will throw it up on the board, and we'll break it down tomorrow. I didn't get a chance to do it with Mike. He was heading out this morning. He was there at the studio for a bit, and I would have liked to do a little bit more.
Ryan.
What?
Sorry. I just have to put, for how dumb Tater really is. That's actually probably a good comment by him. Actually.
Hold on. I'm not even there yet, Derpy. Just pull yourself together.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, I am. Never mind. Tater says Tomlin looks a lot more healthier looking now. Hey, good for him.
He's actually making sense.
I don't know. Open up X, Lindsay. A lot of people also on the social media, not just here, but there's a lot of people here. It's kind of upset. They want to see this thing rolling. Let's continue to move forward. Let's go right here to Somber. He definitely looks happier, but I think as soon as the season starts, he'll get that itch. More than likely.
Possibly.
More than likely. Lindsay says, or I'm sorry, Corey says this. I wonder why Tomlin is getting more popular now. He was a household name while he was coaching in the NFL community, but I don't recall him ever doing an extracurricular shit like that. Lindsay says, I don't see a lot of active coaches doing interviews and TV, to be fair. Let's go to Bingo. Bingo, great seeing Bingo in the house. Always great seeing Bingo. He says, greetings with all.
Nice.
Greetings all. Well, listening. Will he listening while I
while
listening? While listening, while doing some tractor work. Awesome, Bingo. Great to have you, brother. And don't get me wrong, Lindsay. There's people that want him here. How many people have you talked to? You're starting this thing again, and I can't help that people are saying that they're not happy. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how many times you want to rephrase what you're saying. I'm just telling you what I heard. So again, at the end of the day, I don't know what to tell you. Let's continue. Let's go here to Somber. Somber says 6'7". We do want to give you a big thanks for that 6'7". Somber on the board as always. Great. Get that. Thank you, sir. As always, let's go here to Corey. Corey says, Lindsay, that's fair. I mean, Rex Ryan did for sure. I think Cowher and Jimmy Johnson were in the Water Boy, and they cut. Well, that's true. Also in the Batman movie, Bill Cowher as well. Sean Payton was in that movie Home Team or something like that. Just to name a few. But yeah, I still see your point. Not a lot in comparison. Let's go right here. Let's go to Cody. Derpy, do you mean the 3rd and 27 and their offense gets 39 yards? Like old hey diddle diddle, Ray Rice up the middle. You remember that play? Let's go here. Let's go to Bingo. Saw enough of Mason his whole career. Lindsay says this. She says, you're right. I just think a lot of them try to stay out. I saw Belichick more after he left the NFL too. Mark Malone says this. He says they're going to get the Magnum more practice time. Lindsay says, no, Mark, come on. And that's all I'm asking, Lindsay. Just, put it into perspective. Because some people may think that you're talking to 100 people. You get that opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not, come on. We're on the same team, for fuck's sake. Let's go here. Lindsay says, Lindsay, you're right. I just don't remember Tomlin like the media like that. He's always been an anti-media guy, so it's weird. So it's weird to me. He was always really tongue-in-cheek with the media. Again, I can't wait to watch this now. I want to see this late night show last night. I did miss it, unfortunately. Cody said, I'm sorry, Somber says that was Aaron Rodgers type of pass, the one off of the back foot. Nice pass, it was. Lindsay says, yes, he definitely seems more open now. He always kept things tight, real close to the vest. He really did. There was a lot of times that you would think, why isn't he talking about this? Why isn't Coach Tomlin mentioning that? And he kind of, he kept a lot. I don't know if that was just his style. I don't know if he was trying to play mind games. And again, sometimes he out mind gamed himself, in my opinion, it seemed. So again, he did. He kept to himself with a lot of things for sure when he was here. And this is why I like some more transparency. This is why I like what I'm seeing from McCarthy so far. Who knows? It might change in the future, but he's laying it out there what he's going to do. He came in from day one. He said, listen, every single receiver is going to play every single receiver position. Everybody's going to play multiple positions. He kind of came in and laid it down. I don't see the reason to keep those kind of things a secret. I don't understand the reason not to let that stuff out to the public. I don't know. Maybe we're going to run and tell, you know what I mean? So again, at the end of the day, it is interesting to see Tomlin open up a little. The original Joe says if Rodgers goes down, the season is lost anyway. We might as well see what the young QBs may have.
I don't know, Ryan. I mean, we've seen it before.
You know what? We've seen it before back in 2004.
We'll see.
I mean, one of the most memorable, the most notable times, of course, Tommy Maddox goes down with an injury against Baltimore in game 2 of that season. And somebody comes in and gets himself a undefeated rookie season, 14-0, and wins the rookie of the year. So again, am I saying this is going to be Drew Aller or Will Howard? I'm not. I'm just saying we've seen it play before where, our starter went down very early in the season. A lot of people were discouraged, and we did have a quarterback that was able to step up. Let's go right here to Jen. Jen says, I think Mason is playing because McCarthy hasn't seen him for the past few years. We've seen him, but McCarthy said Mason surprised him. Yes, he sure did. Also being said about Coach McCarthy, I did get started on this. Rich Eisen says Mike McCarthy knows what he's doing. He's the right guy to find the franchise quarterback. Can we agree that was not Mike Tomlin? Did anybody feel confident that we were going to find the franchise quarterback ever if Mike Tomlin would still be here? This is, in fact, the best thing, one of the best things for the Steelers that could have happened. Again,
I agree.
If you love Tomlin, if you hate him, whatever, I don't care one way or the other. I just know that it wasn't getting done under him. And if McCarthy could get 2 kids come up and have them both playing pretty damn well, that speaks volumes. So, again, I'm happy with the changes.
Guru.
He what?
He is the QB guru.
That's what they say. He's a guru. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says it's too early to tell, but I feel with Derpy. I think I like what I saw too from Aller. I think I'm sitting behind Hall of Fame quarterback A-Rod and learning and developing a sponge, like being a sponge and get developed. It could start. He could. But again, it's still early, guys. 3rd and 4th stringers in preseason game 1. Who knows? Will Howard might come out and look great next week, and we have a whole new conversation.
That's the thing, Ryan. They both looked good, great.
They did. They looked good.
They both had great decisions. They both did what they were supposed to do.
Will Howard was solid. Drew Aller turned everything he touched into gold. But again, you got to consider the competition. You got to consider the competition at what point he did play. So you got to keep that in mind. You got to keep that in mind. Let's continue to go forward. Corey says this. He says he's a coach friendly after the scandal. He's coach friendly after the scandal. He briefly got caught up in when he left. LOL, smile and wave. Nobody will suspect a thing. Salmer says, you would think. We'll see. Let's go to Corey. Corey says, seeing coach smiling all the time makes you even more suspicious. LOL. Hold up. That motherfucker don't smile. What you hide, man? Lindsay says, this might be the most I have heard Derpy talk and then being engaged. And he
It's
did
because
make it.
I'm always afraid of Vanilla Thunder. Okay.
He's intimidating. But Derpy was talking about taking his Mike Tomlin. I do want to welcome Coach T on the board. Mike Tomlin says, "Don't make me come back, please, please. No, you're fine. Go interview." Derpy did make a commitment though, Lindsay. At the beginning of the show, he did say he will take his shirt off if the Steelers win a playoff game. Right?
I
Playoff
will do
game.
the truffle shuffle live.
Oh yeah,
No
he'll do
shirt
the
off.
truffle shuffle if they win a playoff game. He will go shirtless if they win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So there you go. Mark it on your calendar, Lindsay. Let's go right here. I see the Derpies on the board. Tyrone looking good as always, my friend. Lindsay says Tyrone missed that comment. I still stand with DK. Yeah, F that fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just sucks the NFL couldn't even investigate into it.
Let's go here. When you were cussing people out, Ryan just read it funny. Let's go to Mark Maloney. Says, I think the Permanis needs to name a turkey sandwich after Rodgers. The A-Raw.
The Double Witch.
Discount
Double Witch.
Discount Double Witch. A-Rod Gobbler. Let's scoot down. We talked, Lindsay and I spoke.
That's
Mark
a good
Maloney.
one too, Mark.
Permani's new turkey sandwich. Somber says, Lindsay, did Big G Lindsay, did G just did a show before this and 70% of the chant was on JPJ's head? The Yinzies. Tortilla says Steeler fans are drunk off of being mid. Yeah, they sure are, man. Tyrone says
for a minute.
Tyrone says most Steeler fans are unappreciative. 24 of JPJ. That's crazy. Somber. Tyrone says most Steeler fans didn't even know who JPJ was till last year. I think, I mean, being at Penn State, obviously, a lot of people, you know, and he's from North Allegheny. So, I mean, I think you're being facetious. A lot of people knew who JPJ was, but again, I don't know. I don't get the hate. I don't get the hate. This happens all the time. It's happened in the past. What's the problem? He's holding out. He's trying to get his money. Chill out. But I hope it does happen sooner than later, of course. Let's go here to Mark Malone. They knew he was the guy missing tackles and getting flagged. Tyrone said and cleaned it up. Last 2 years, stopped holding on to shit 3 years ago. Mark Malone says, you brought it up, man. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says this. He says, and you annoying as fuck. Want a cookie? Big John Stud, middle name Mud, says, Mike McCarthy has no equity in Howard. Tyrone says, freak. Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin this time says, don't make me come back. Somber says, yeah, people are talking crazy. I mean, it's basically the same shit with what happened to Cam last year in preseason. You can just turn on players very fast. Absolutely. They sure do. Let's go to Lindsay. Cam did piss me off, but only because he just got, I know. And they were getting on the plane to go to Jacksonville for preseason game 1 is whenever it started to become a story. You know, he waited till the very last minute, man. But you know what? Let's go right here. Tyrone said super fast Somber. That's why most Steeler fans piss me off. They think they know so much, but be dumb, cough, cough. Let's go here too. I'll take a cookie. I went in on that too. Let's go here. Somber wants a cookie. Yeah, who's offering cookies? I want a cookie. Let's see. What else do we got to say? Right here, Mike McCarthy. He says, we have 2 fine young quarterbacks here. I'm excited about their future. So, guys, again, McCarthy's excited. People were excited about McCarthy. Again, just an overall good feel. If you would sit down, please take the time today and pull up the Atlanta Falcons game and just watch the first half. Compared to where we are right now, compared to where they are right now, it's night and day. And again, unless a miracle happens, this should not be a very difficult game. Of course, these are all NFL players. It's not going to be easy. But on 26 days from now, whenever the Falcons do come here to open up the season, it's not going to be as easy as you want it to be. Again, they are NFL players, but again, this team is not anywhere close to be playing NFL football. They're just not. It was rough, man. Let's get back here on the board. Let's go right here. Let's go to Corey. He says, my opinions on big contracts for guys that play a sport, but I wouldn't be mad if JPJ for holding out at this point after Benton got a big payday he didn't earn. In my opinion, I want out of Pitt. Mark Malone says we're going to jizz on the Falcons. Again, we got to win them early. We got to win them often. And this is why I'm so hard. This is why I'm so hard on trying to get everything together early. A lot of my arguments is I would like camp to be, effective as it could be, because you want to get these wins early. You go out and you listen to this. Say you're not, listen. Say somebody runs a wrong route. Ball gets intercepted and taken back for a touchdown. And we lose early. And then you get through the season and you get down to the last game against Baltimore, where we needed to win against Baltimore to get in the playoffs. They started 1-5. We were 4-2. Hey, we got this. That's not how it works out. It's the NFL. Every team is good. The parity is as great as it's ever been in the NFL. So chances are in week 17, you're going to be playing an important game. Last year was against Baltimore. But guess what? If you lose early, like yesterday, somebody said Aaron played fine in week 1 against the Jets, and he did. But let's just say last year we lose on a misread, something like this, totally speculative, and we fall down, we lose that game. We're not in a position to play for the playoffs at the end of the year.
Yep.
If things would have played out the way they did. So this is why I'm so heavy. And what people don't understand, I agree ultimately with what everybody is saying. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers should play in the playoffs. However, or in the preseason. However, it's my overall mindset of the sport that keeps me kind of disgruntled.
All right.
The way that things have just turned to sabs. Soft as baby shit. I'm not bad-mouthing the Steelers. I'm just bad-mouthing the NFL. I'm bad-mouthing football. And I'm just trying to clarify, Lindsay, because, again, I do ultimately agree. I don't want my 57-year-old quarterback getting killed before the season starts. I mean, obviously. I'm not a dumb person. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. But I do agree with you. It's just the overall feel of the game of football that Jack Lambert said quarterbacks should wear dresses. That's just my mindset. I don't know. I'm a Western PA guy. That's just the way I think. I grew up with the Steelers. We won. Again, it's my overall take of the game. Soft as baby shit. There's nothing I can do about it. I just have to accept it. So you know what? Let's get healthy. Let's stay healthy. Let's get through the preseason. Yeah.
I agree partially with that. That the reasoning behind Rodgers is like that is because one Sir Princess Brady ruined the league, made it softer and softer each year. But that's just me.
I mean, Tortilla made a good point for me yesterday as he was yelling at me. He says, Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy are the most qualified people at their jobs to make these kind of decisions. And I agree.
Yeah. Because
Mike McCarthy wants him to play. And again, he's a Pittsburgh guy, and he grew up with the Jack Lambert teams. And again, soft as baby shit. I'm not going to change my attitude. I'm just going to explain it to you. I agree with you. I don't want my guy getting hurt, but this is what it's become. It's become sabs. It has become sabs. Soft as baby shit. And I'm going to die on that hill. Yeah, go ahead.
The only thing I would want AR out there, Ryan, is just to get used to the new line tweaks.
Getting used to the new line might not be a good thing.
I know. They don't. Honestly, they don't even look that solid when I saw him at camp.
But again, that's why I had to stop yesterday because again, Tortilla was telling me that that McCarthy is in the best position in his career to make those kind of calls, and he wants him to play. So again, I had to stop because you were saying what I was saying. So I have to nip it in the bud. I agree. I ultimately agree. Yeah. I just think that it sucks. Again, I have that Jack Lambert mindset, I think, and you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. Let's move forward. Let's go right here to soft as baby shit, Derpy is what it is.
Okay.
All right. Let's go right here. Right here.
Sounds like the modern NFL.
And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the Steelers. I'm talking about the modern day NFL. All right, I think we're right here. Let's go to Ty. Ty says this. I like Benton. 18 per was a little more than I thought, but I don't hate to see the sign. But we need to get Porter and Dean deal done.
Porter deal done. Yeah.
There we go. Lindsay says this. Still think they do. Tortilla says you're not allowed to feed the geese, Mark. Mark's not allowed within 3 miles of the geese. You don't even want to know why. Let's go here. Let's go to Mark Malone, don't let me around the donut glaze.
Oh.
Let's go here to Lindsay. Lindsay.
Here we go.
Lindsay says, here we go. Mark Malone says, might make a little Malone mix. Corey over Don't Drink That says this. He says, at Ty, yeah, try. Or he says, at Ty, I wouldn't have minded the big payday for him if they just didn't pay a backup. Okay, they didn't pay a backup linebacker one money, and B, if your top corner wasn't waiting on his payday, it's like they're taunting him. What do you think it is, guys? What do you think it is? Did anybody expect Keanu Benton to get paid last week?
No.
I expected JPJ to be taken care of. I thought Benton would be. I thought he might be on his way out after this year, but again, he gets a nice contract, a really nice contract, while JPJ's still waiting. So again, any speculation what y'all think on that? Let's go right here to Somber. Somber says this. He says, Steelers inside Nick Faribault. Will Howard's 2-minute drive was the most impressive drive in the win over Green Bay. I mean, it was impressive. Nobody said it wasn't. It was nice.
I mean, Howard just threw the ball to certain players, and they just, made big gains. But Howard actually had a consistent drive down the field.
Yeah, no, it was nice. I like I said, I watched the game for like the 9th time yesterday. It was but he looked good. He was solid. Again, and then everything that Drew touched was it turned to gold. But again, I got to put in the mind that the competition, the level of competition. He was playing in short salesman. You got to keep that in mind. Quarterback should get ice cream pre-game, preseason. I'm sorry, tortilla. They do actually. A friend of mine owns a local ice cream shop, and he does. He goes up to the stadium, and I probably went up to camp, and he does take ice cream for the team. Loud noises. Let's go here to Lindsay. Lindsay says this, every other quarterback, okay, but AR is old. He needs to stay. Absolutely. And listen, I agree with you. Ultimately, I do agree with you.
It's just the approach.
It's the overall approach. I was fighting a bigger fight last night than it seemed, or yesterday. I wasn't. Nah, I don't care. Let's move forward. Let's go right here to Steeler Freak. He says the issue is Rodgers has his quirks. If the players around him don't pick these up, they will go in the doghouse during the regular season. Better to learn them now. Let's go here to Somber. He says, I don't know. If Pittman were out there, I'd be upset if Rodgers isn't playing. The fact they aren't making me not care. If DK and Pittman were out there, I'd be upset. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, again, we'll follow that. They're both looking a little bit better, apparently, as camp wrapped up yesterday. If they participate, I highly doubt they'll participate this week, but if they do, we'll see how that does play. And I agree with you. I think that if Rodgers, if those two play, that's where you are going to get a chance to see Rodgers in preseason. Let's go to Ty. He says, I knew Porter would be last, save the best for last, and worth the most.
We'll see.
Corey, Don't Drink That says this. He says, I think that the obvious answer is they don't want to pay him the guaranteed money. But what I don't get is why not? Because it's not like he misses a lot of playing time. He's not a head case. He's done everything right.
Yep.
Hasn't he? I think, and Joey's he's not a head case. He doesn't get on the internet and say stupid shit. What's the problem? You got a good kid. You got a kid with a head on his shoulders who improved his game. He improved his tackles. He improved everything. Except for the interceptions, of course. But, all obvious reasons to pay cornerback one money. Corey finishes by saying, Sommer says, oh, shit, I saw the Najee news. LOL, Hurtball loves our show.
Where have you been, Sommer? We said that at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, they're building something interesting over there, man. They're throwing a whole bunch of shit in the pot and seeing what sticks. You know what I mean? They're doing a lot of movement. And again, they should be an interesting team to watch. I don't know if it's going to be a great team, but it's going to be interesting. I think they find ways to win some football games. Again, just think of all the pickups over the past few years for the Giants. They have something interesting, to say the least. Let's go to Tortilla. He says, in my opinion, if we were talking preseason and Aaron Rodgers, he should just stand back, hands on hips, like the quarterback sneak every play. Somber says, I wasn't here in the beginning. I was in a different podcast and not on Twitter.
Oh.
Derby says, "Ooh." Let's
Is
get
that how
back to
you
some.
feel about us? Is that how you feel about us?
Let's do a good couple things right here. I do want to get into. Yes, Najee is on his way to the Giants to join Calvin Austin III, to join John Harbaugh, Scattaboo,
Likely.
Jackson Dart. I mean, literally, the list goes on of all the new players of this Giants
Likely.
team. Likely, Isaiah Bloody Likely.
He looked actually pretty decent in the preseason game
He did.
that I watched somewhat.
Did he?
He looked pretty good. Line didn't look that good though.
What the line didn't?
The O line looked terrible.
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's the scrap, Somber, like you're saying. Let's see if John Harbaugh can make it all work. He was who they wanted. He was who John Harbaugh wanted in that draft.
Yeah.
He was pissed for years that he didn't get Calvin Austin III. So there you go. You finally got him. You're in New York. Let's see what you can make happen. What else? What else, Derpy? What do you got, man?
Do you want to hit
No,
divisions?
not just yet. No.
Okay.
I do want to talk about what Trey Essex said. Let's talk a little bit about some guys on defense. We talked about offense, guys. Trey Essex talks about on defense. Pittsburgh got a steal in the draft on Gabriel Rubio. He went on to say that he was immovable. He was immovable. Not only people were high on him, people were really high on Gabriel Rubio after game one. Again, it's overreactions, as was said at the beginning of the week, end of last week. This is what you're going to have. These guys could come out next week and shit the bed. But as we did see in game one preseason, a lot of guys look good. Trey Essex makes a point right here to mention that Gabriel Rubio looked good. He was immovable. And what does this put Y.A. Black at the end of the day? Because he doesn't seem not so immovable for his size. There was a couple times during the game I seen Y.A. Black getting pushed around, and for his size, what does that do to the middle of the defense? Is Gabriel Rubio going to get more action? Is he going to see more? Is that going to give him opportunities? Or is Y.A. Black going to play to his size and take one of them positions in the middle of the line? It's hard to say. But again, preseason is saying that Gabriel Rubio certainly looked good last week. I do also have right here, Derpy, I have my I don't have it. I could have it just in 1 second. Derpy, sing or something. Do something for me. Could you just sing for a second?
I could bring my knockers out.
Yes, bring the knockers out.
Not on the two. I told you, I gotta do. They gotta win a Super Bowl or win a playoff game, and then I'll do it.
Let's continue right here. Let's go to so this is Alex Kozora. His losers and winners.
Good.
He is good.
He knows what he's talking about.
Here's his winners and losers from camp. Best winner, the best camp award would go to Asante Samuel Jr. Asante Samuel Jr. The biggest disappointment, according to Alex, is Michael Pittman Jr., saying Pittman was the big name receiver Pittsburgh finally landed after spending 2 seasons doing little to address the number 2 spot. The trade was cheap. The contract was not. Training camp matters less for a proven veteran than it does for a young guy, but Pittman hardly made a blip on the summer in our charting, though the first 7 practices he caught 4 passes, mostly short during the team period. Occasional miscommunications between him and Aaron Rodgers didn't help.
I kind of agree. I kind of low-key agree.
Now that Pittman has suffered the right leg injury, likely a hamstring pull during Saturday Night Lights, he failed to practice the rest of the camp. The injury seems relatively minor, and he was already doing some light rehab work during Sunday's final session. That is the biggest disappointment at camp. Let's go to the hardest worker. And you know what? There's actually runners-up. Do you want the runners-up too?
Sure. Go ahead.
For the winners, Peyton Wilson, Roman Wilson, Derrick Henry, and Pat Freiermuth are the honorable mentions for the best camp performance. And also the honorable mention on the worst is Caleb Johnson, Darnell Savage, and Malik Harrison.
Yeah, that I would agree. All 3 of that. Yeah.
Right here is the hardest worker. The hardest worker that you've seen at camp, according to Alex, was Travis Homer. Travis Homer being one of the hardest
I've heard
workers.
Things of him.
And honorable mention, Broderick Jones, Kyler Bach, Peyton Wilson, Cole Holcomb, Max Herman, and Gabriel Rubio.
Okay.
Let's see. I think I like the best play. I don't know if I want to go through all these. Aaron Rodgers sideline throw to Darnell Washington.
Best play. You don't need to do best play.
You don't need best play. Biggest surprise. There it is. Gabriel Rubio. Also said right here by Alex. So that another person about Gabe.
We'll see.
Best teammate. their way. Biggest surprise, honorable mention, Robert Tonyan, Slaughter, and Robert Spears Jennings.
I like Spears Jennings.
Best teammate, Aaron Rodgers. And
There you go, Lindsay.
there you go.
Jen.
Well, here you go. Yeah. Also, honorable mention, Cam Hayward and Pat Freiermuth. Let's go right here. Fast Friends Award, Patrick Queen and inside linebackers coach Scott McCurley. Most underrated, Dean Lowry.
Honestly,
honorable mention,
I
Mason
agree.
McCormick, Alex Highsmith, and Carson Bruner.
Okay.
Top coach, Patrick Graham, defensive coordinator.
Yeah. He, like I said, he's definitely bringing a different energy.
Let's go right here. Most popular, Will Howard. Honorable mention, Lindsay, TJ Watt, Pat Freiermuth, Drew Aller, and Aaron Rodgers. But Will Howard was the most popular.
I agree.
Camp Darling, Brandon Smith. Honorable mention, Lou Nichols, Slaughter, and Robert Spears Jennings. Best battle, backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, Roman Wilson versus Jeremy, and number 3 running back spot.
Yep. Sounds about right.
And this one here, guys, goes to the best breakout player, Peyton Wilson. Most consistent, Zach Frazier.
I agree.
Most versatile, Riley Nowakowski.
Nowakowski's been pretty good.
And that looks like it's it. But that is
honestly, that's pretty good recap, a pretty good article there from everything we've seen in camp.
Yeah.
From Alex.
So there you go. That's that was Alex's take from the from camp again. Camp came and went really fast, didn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, there was a lot of canceled practices.
Yeah, again, the rain was bad this year. I mean, it was heavy. Not a lot in August. Usually it's the heat you're contending with. It wasn't the heat so much. It stayed in the low 80s a lot of the summer. A lot of rain, though. A lot of rain. TJ, I see the TJ's up on the board. Let's go. Did I say Henry? I apologize for that, Tyrone. I do apologize.
Henry. You meant to say. I was like, Henry.
Let's go. All right, let's go right here. Corey says, drop a like for the pod. Force the algorithm's hand. Let's push this channel ahead of Big Deke in the Full Noah's clickbait channel. Appreciate that, sir. Lindsay says, if we lose in preseason, I don't want to see the reactions. Let's go here to Corey says, stop. I just ate. Somber says, Alex has good takes. Can't stand his way. Right, his voice.
Yeah.
Tortilla, knock.
Hey there, everybody.
Tyrone says, I think it's cool. Bernard Roman needs to shine more. In my opinion, we know what we're getting from number one. And absolutely. So again, what do you guys expect to see this week? A little bit we complained last week. We didn't see this. This guy didn't play. This guy didn't get the reps. What do you guys want to see in week 2 mostly against the Jets this week? Because, I think there's certainly a lot left to be desired. There was a lot that people would have liked to see. There was things, again, that people would have liked to see more. What do you think? Let me know on the board. What do you want to see? What is your main interest in the New York Jets game? What are you going to be watching for on Friday night when the Steelers line up against the New York Jets at Acrisure Stadium? Again, some things got answered last week. Some things got a little bit more complicated last week. So again, let me know. Let me know what you're into, what you're waiting for this Friday. Corey says this at Jen. It was a low-hanging fruit. I had to capitalize. And I'm right, Somber. That would be my number one overall, just because this is the big conversation. Drew Aller did so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Aller against better defenses. Aller against 1s and 2s. This is what I want to see this week. Mm-hmm. I want to see the roles change. I want to see Howard playing more toward the end of the game. I want to see if he could, burn the defense, the 3s and the 4s, the way that Drew Aller burnt the 3s and the 4s. And I want to see if Drew Aller could handle 1s and 2s the way that Howard was able to complete that drive at the end of the half. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my number one. Absolutely number one right there, Somber. More Weejan on offense. You ain't kidding. Something about that Weejan. There's just something about him. Derek Harmon, I do apologize about that, guys. KJ was getting so much praise in camp, laughing my ass off.
Yes, he was. He was very much giving overhyped on what the
Uh,
outcome was at the end of camp.
Corey says Somber is Alex, the guy on Noah's pod with him. Somber says that's why everyone was confused with his lack of snaps. Now that's a different guy. Somber says Mark Malone, who would win the biggest slacker? The biggest slacker.
Cam Hayward.
Corey says, are you even talking about Kazor or whatever? Let's go here. Yeah, that's the one. Lindsay says, no one ever said I love him. I just hate Mason more. Corey says this. He says he's the one that brings down breaks down film in his video.
Yeah.
Jen says this. Fuck that. I think that was about Aaron Rodgers. I do believe. Let's go here. Corey says I don't mind him. I just don't like seeing the same clip over and over over
Yep.
the whole video. He usually plays 2 to 3 clips for a video that's about 5 to 6 minutes long. Let's go here. Somber says, yeah, I don't watch anything from him where I have to hear him talk. Laugh my ass off. I stick to his Twitter posts. Yes, absolutely. Aller, guys, let me know what you think. What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see this week? What's burning that you need to answer for? What question that keeps bouncing around that you say, I have to know. I have to figure this out. I got to find out. Mark Malone, he says, this need to see a full half of Mason at that. Mark wants more Mason. Let's go.
You would want more Mason, Mark.
Corey says, Somber, at Somber Smart, LOL, I only listen to these guys if I want serious takes. I watch other podcasts if I want to laugh. Somber says, more Muth. Hey, Kenny, always great seeing Kenneth on the board, my man. Great seeing Kenneth Jones. Glad to see you back. Lindsay says, no, Mark. Let's go here to Corey. Those other kids just say the hottest thing they can for clicks. They love being hated because it's money in their pocket. Engagement farming, yes, Somber says. Tyrone says this. All right, here we go. What do people want to see this week? Tyrone says Aller, Bernard, KJ, offense, defense, Harmon, Everett, Elliott this week. Who I want to see. That's a good list.
That's a good list.
That is a good list.
I mean, everyone's kind of looking forward to the Steelers. I'm kind of actually curious on what the Jets do because of how great of a rookie class they drafted.
You said I'm waiting to see what the Jets do.
The draft class. I'm just curious what the rookies
right.
would do because they had a really good draft class.
Tortilla says
But it's the Jets.
Biggest slackers, JPJ. Tyrone says touches for 80.
I know
I'd like to see some touches for 82. 80 also. I'm sorry. Big Darnell, of course. Tortilla says, I want to see your mama this week. Silver says, I also want to see if Slaughter, Boykin, and Davis continue to play. Yeah, for sure.
Who is the who was the receiver that caught the first pass for Aller on that route for like into the red zone?
Weegan?
I
The
think
74-yard pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Caden Weegan.
He's fast.
Damn right. He's
I'm
the guy
that I'm kind of interested in how I'm hoping he makes the team, honestly, and I'm hoping the tight end.
Listen,
I'm hoping that tight end that Howard had makes the team too.
He was the one that I went last week when we were talking about what do we want to see. He was what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if he was going to be a difference maker in the special teams because again, you have that special maker. You have a guy that puts you in the right, put you in good field position for drives. And that's not only kickoffs, it's punts and kicks. If he returns on both of those and puts us in decent field position, that improves your team by so much. Again, you're not starting at terrible starting points on the field, 15, 10, 20-yard line. If you could get nice returns from a guy like him, and this, I think, was the risk of taking him high. He had ability, and he did great at Iowa and did just these things. So, again, at the end of the day, I think we're going to be I think we're going to be relying heavily on him, Derpy, to put us in good position to start drives in decent places. And again, that could be a huge, huge part for us and our game.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Speaking of Juju, the Giants just released him to get Najee.
The Giants just released Juju Smith-Schuster.
Just to get Najee.
To get Najee. There you go. It's broken by Derpy. Juju is free and Najee is in with the Giants. Interesting. I forgot Juju was there, but now that you mention it, I do remember. And again, he's just another one of these pieces. Again, they're just throwing pieces in the Giants pot. See what
Honestly,
the hell. Silver says, "Yeah, I was yelling that." Okay,
honestly, Ryan,
what's that?
if he, I wouldn't mind him.
You wouldn't mind Juju?
Yeah, we need
Let's,
another vet.
let me jump right here. Let's go to Aaron Williams. Aaron, I do want to say welcome, brother. Great seeing Aaron on the board. He says, I'm just diving in. Not sure what the topic is, but people are giving all Aller praise above Rodgers in just one preseason game. That's a little too early, in my opinion. And Aaron, I couldn't agree with you more.
If he goes like on a minimum or something, like I wouldn't mind him. But then,
And, you know, the thing is, I mean, Rodgers is he's our quarterback this year. He came back for a year to play. You know, so I mean, any chance that, you know, that's kind of crazy if you say, because like you're saying, it's game one. The results again, second half playing in short salesman guys that ain't even going to be in the league 2 years. So again, that is crazy talk, Aaron. Aaron Rodgers will be our quarterback unless he does get hurt, and then it'll probably be Mason. Unfortunately, this time, Corey says Weegan all day. He follows it up by saying he's so fast, makes fast look not fast. Somber says he has a burst, 4.4 guy. Weegan is a lot. Yeah, he is not going nowhere. Weegan, what is he, third round? He's not going anywhere. Tyrone says that's our fourth round. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Somber says, I also want to see.
He definitely doesn't play like a fourth rounder. He definitely plays like a third or second round after the speed that I just saw.
You want to know something else? So we got to remember too. You know who looked good early? Who looked real good early in their career? Chase Claypool. Well, you laugh, but do you remember the first?
I
7
remember.
games?
I remember. Everyone
11,
was talking about
him. He had like 11 times. I mean, it was like whatever it was. It was crazy numbers.
Everyone was talking about him. There was like not even an article that you couldn't find that they were talking about Claypool.
He was doing it through the air. He was doing it on the ground. At the end of the day, you know, there was no chance this guy wasn't going to be a success.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, a lot of these early takes, that's all it is. It's just early takes.
Yep.
It's a long, long season at the end of the day. And like I said, I would have bet money. Absolutely. I would have bet money early on in that season he was going to be special. Guy couldn't even stay on a team. I think he's still trying to make teams, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, it's hard to call it early.
Remember when he was gloating that he was the best receiver in the league?
No, I don't. I'm glad I don't, to be honest. Let's go here. Let's go to Somber. He says, dude, the kick coverage got to get better. It's got to get better. And I think it will. I think it will. Tortilla says that was Scotty Miller. Somber says special teams need to use turnaround. The legs are going to be good. The coverage certainly has to improve. No two ways about that. Lindsay says this. I like all caps, Somber. Tyrone says, come to Pittsburgh. Do you guys want Juju? You guys want Juju?
I would say for a vet piece, maybe. That's just me. Maybe like.
What does Juju do to the Romans, the Roman Wilsons of the world?
You're right.
You know what I mean? Does Juju come in and take those looks?
Reps,
I don't know. You don't know. Let's continue. Let's go right here. Come to Pittsburgh, Juju's what Ty's saying. Yeah, I was yelling that. Somers was saying. Let's go down to right here. Corey says you can't throw a steal away. You can only recycle it. Laugh my ass off. Somers says Juju's knees are cooked. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mark Malone said the juicer was toast after the knee injuries. Gotcha. Bingo says, LOL, Harbaugh starts Madden and selects the 2020 Steelers.
Yeah, that might be game ball.
Lindsay said, but yeah, you know what? Let's give Bingo a game ball. Give Bingo a game ball. Let's go right here to.
Can you pin that comment? Yeah, just pin it in the chat. There you go.
You see it? There it is. There it is, guys. Tyrone, thank Omar and the Bears for JP. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So there you go. We did benefit from that. Somber says Chase had self-inflicted CTE.
Oh no, that might be better.
Lindsay says I love Claypool. I did too. I thought we had a dude, man. And like I said, you just kind of had a feeling he was going to be here for a while and he was going to do special things. And obviously that's turned to shit really fast. Jen said he was first. He played first. Our team that we didn't use. Lindsay said he's a great model. Now I don't know about football player. Tyrone, I don't know. I like Weegan for a wide receiver 5, to be honest. Sommer says
I
Roman
Yeah,
beating out Juju at this point in his career. So is Bernard. Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Hard no on the Juju. Tortilla. Also, Tortilla says we should sign Juju, AB, and Claypool. And finally, Aaron Williams says this Juju, I'll take Mike Wallace. First straight bullshit. We're fine without them both.
Yeah, Tortilla. You can call him the CTE3.
The CTE3. What else we got today, guys? What else? Derpy, you want to do one of your segments?
Yeah. You want to knock out
Let's do the AFC
East.
West.
At West and East.
Yeah, let's do the AFC West. Let's go through them.
All right.
I'll start. I think the AFC West is very interesting. Of course, Derpy created this segment a few weeks ago. He wanted to go through through every division and break it down. So we have kind of a abbreviated way that we've been doing it. And I think we're going to do that today. We're going to start with the AFC West, who I think is very interesting, guys. The AFC West is not who we play in the AFC. We do play the Denver Broncos out of the AFC West, though. Of course, being the first place team in our division, we get the first place teams out of the other AFC divisions who we don't play this year, which would be the New England Patriots and also the Denver Broncos. I did see the Denver Broncos play a little bit. As I mentioned, I watched the Broncos and the Falcons yesterday. And again, the Broncos are much further along than the Atlanta Falcons are at this point. This team looked hungry to me. Denver did. They look like they're serious. They look like they're ready to play competitive, good football to try to make their way back to the postseason. Again, being slighted by losing Bo Nix last year and him not being able to participate in the AFC Championship game, allowing New England to take that role into the Super Bowl. So I think Denver is going to be highly competitive. I think they're going to be really good. And I think there's a very good chance they could win that division. Outside of Denver, of course, Kansas City, you don't know what you're going to get with KC. You're going to get Patrick Mahomes back off his year off, his big injury. But again, are they going to be the same? Can Kansas City run with this Denver team who's playing really good football as of late? The Chargers, for me, Derpy, the Chargers are the big question mark. They are the wild card in that division I think they could be good, and I think they could be bad. I think that Harbaugh could coach a good team. I think that Justin Herbert, again, I think the verdict is we're still waiting on that ultimately. But at the end of the day, that Charger team is the wild card out of that division for me. And finally, the Raiders, I think, are going to be the Raiders. You added this, you added that, you got this, you got that, you got Ashton Genty in the backfield from last year early. This year, Mendoza. But again, at the end of the day, playing in that division, will the Raiders be able to hold up, Derpy? That is the big question. Will they be able to run with the Dogs in that division? My prediction is the Broncos, first place. Second place is going to be a toss-up between this. I just don't know what Chiefs you're going to get. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to toss it up between the Chiefs and the Chargers, between second and third, and I'm going to have the Raiders in the basement just for another year. I think they start to get it together as this season rounds out and perhaps plays a little bit better football next year. Because again, you keep losing, you're going to keep getting good draft picks. Generally, Cleveland's the only team that continues. I guess the Raiders fall in this category. But they are a team that continues to get good picks year in, year out, like the Bears or the Browns do. Let's see if they could yield any results from that, Derpy. Your thoughts?
I couldn't agree more. I really strongly believe Denver is definitely hungry from that outcome of last season with Bo Nix out.
And you know how that feels. Maybe not you personally because you weren't born yet, but in 94,
I know how it feels just in general from a football perspective.
In 94, the Steelers fell 2 yards short of the Super Bowl. 2 yards. It was against San Diego. It was in Pittsburgh. They needed 3 more yards, is what it was. 3 more yards, and they didn't get it. The pass was knocked down, and San Diego went to the Super Bowl. Do you know how hungry the Pittsburgh Steelers were the following year? They went out. They made it back to the Super Bowl. So there's something about getting to that championship game and falling this short. You're good enough. You could have been in the Super Bowl. You play well enough to be there. You just fell this short. So the hunger in a team like Denver is going to be strong. I wouldn't rule out them being one of the better teams in the AFC overall this year.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it's definitely a toss-up in the middle between the Chargers and the Chiefs. Like you said, you don't know what kind of Chiefs you'll get. They obviously added Walker, Super Bowl MVP, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be a big. I mean, come on. He had
It's just the distractions with Kelsey to me, and they don't really have any other tight ends in my opinion. The options for them,
I,
and then the Chargers is a whole nother problem. Herbert's distracted by the girl that he just married, and if you've seen the pictures in the off season, she's completely on the freaking field. He's distracted by lust, but I don't know what type of team the Chargers will be because they do good in the regular season like they've always done as an organization, and then they never show up in the playoffs.
I think it's going to be another crazy. It's going to be one of these AFC West years. It's just is what
It's
it
just
is.
this,
I
yeah,
just think the Broncos are going to be good. You got to remember the Chargers came out last year and they beat all three of their division foes in the first 3 weeks of the season.
yep,
They beat Kansas City, they beat the Raiders, and they beat Denver. You're thinking, okay, the Chargers got something going on, but again, that division is very competitive from within. A
yeah,
lot of times these teams aren't competitive outside of the division, but within, you always get a good Chiefs. Raiders game. You always get a good
yep.
Chargers. They play really good within the division against one another. And again, I think that this could be an interesting division overall, Derpy. But at the end of the day, the team that I like the most, I just think is the most solid that could
Broncos.
make way in the AFC, maybe in the playoffs. Of course, I think would be the Denver Broncos when it's all
I
said and done.
I couldn't agree more. What your positioning would be?
For the division, the places.
Yes,
I like Denver at the top again. Someone between, just depending on what teams you get. I don't know who you're going to get in Kansas City. Denver at the top, Kansas City and the Chargers battle for 2 and 3, and I do have the Raiders in the basement for one more year. Like I said, at some point,
Mendoza looked
at
pretty
some
good.
point, at some point, the sun does have to shine on a dog's ass. So at some point, I do think that the Raiders come around. To what degree, I don't know, but I still think it's early for Mendoza and company.
I would agree, and I would agree on your I think that's my same result for the division results as well.
All
To
right. And then we're going to also do the AFC East today. Tomorrow, we're going to do the AFC West. I'm sorry, the AFC South
and North.
and North. And then we'll wrap up divisions tomorrow. Let me grab right here. Somber says this: everyone wants to trade Porter, Jones, and Rudolph. That's less likely than keeping 4 quarterbacks, Jerry Dulac. So there you go. Again, I'm seeing it. I don't get it. I love Porter. I want him to sign. I want him to play. I'm ready for Joey Porter Jr. to be in my lineup.
I am too. It's just I just don't like the drama before the season, man.
Yeah,
I'm
neither do I.
I'm tired of the bowl, and I'm pretty sure McCarthy's tired of the bowl for Pittsburgh Steelers in general.
All right, Derpy, let's get into this AFC East. The AFC East could be very competitive at the end of the day. Buffalo, New England, and then the other teams, of course,
The basement.
The Dolphins and the Jets. In this, I think that
I think they lost their window, man.
I think they still have a window. It's just not as big.
Right.
I think that New England wins this division. I think they win it outright
I agree.
by 2 games. I think they beat Buffalo by 2 games in the division, and then beyond that, I don't know. Can you ever really call the Dolphins? And I guess Dolphins then Jets. I don't know. I don't know who finishes 3rd and 4th. I don't care. But I got New England at the top, Derpy. I just think that they're good. New England has a good organization. They win football games. And say what you will, certain teams win, certain teams don't. Arizona don't have a good field track of winning. The New England Patriots do. All the way back through the 80s. People don't realize that. They thought Tom Brady was the beginning of the New England success.
No.
And they made it to the Super Bowl, lost to the Bears. They were also in the Super Bowl in the 90s. They played the Packers. So again, they were always they won. So for those reasons, I think New England will be solid. This team will win the division. I think Buffalo's window is closing, still open. As long as you got Josh Allen, I do think that you're going to be competitive. And then at the end of the day, Dolphins, Jets. Let's just go that way. Let's go Dolphins, Jets to finish it up.
I couldn't agree more. The one thing about the Patriots that I am annoyed about that I wish we would have got him, but he's definitely a Patriot coach, was Vrabel when he was unsigned.
What about
That's
him?
the guy I kind of wish we got him, but for a coach when in replacement a couple years ago when we were discussing it
Do you
before
remember?
McCarthy was hired.
You weren't alive when he was a Steeler, were you? Like Vrabel.
No, I don't think so, but I think he was. Wasn't he a Patriot, right? He was a Patriot.
Yeah, I think he was a Patriot.
Yeah, I
Steeler.
seen him play when he was a Patriot, but I didn't see him when he was playing as a Steeler. I don't think. But my point is, I wish we would have got him at. Now they're good again, and they got their guy.
Yeah.
So, and we still have unanswered question who can be that guy after post Rodgers. But point is, I strongly believe that the Patriots will be on top. Buffalo Buffalo just the 4 losses in a row is just is just the example of what their organization is, chokes.
All
But
right.
and they're wasting Josh Allen's career, just like Mike Trout is being wasted in Los Angeles. But that's beside the point. And then who cares about the other teams?
All right. So you got New England up top. You got the Buffalo Bills in last, and then Miami and the Jets, of course.
Who gives a
Bringing
crap
up the
about
rear.
them?
All right. Good enough. Good enough. So there you go. Again, tomorrow, I think we will hit on that AFC South. That is who the Steelers will be playing this year. And then also the AFC North will wrap up the division walkthrough with Derpy. Again, the NFC South and the AFC South do give us an advantage this year, but the season does get difficult later. So those early wins, important, very important, very important. Get your wins against the teams you got to get wins against. Trap games can screw us, especially if early, because you got to stack them early, because once you get to the difficult part of the year, I think we're going to have more success this year with an offense. But at the end of the day, you don't want to give much to chance and have to come
Right.
down to one game at the end of the year. So get them wins early. Baltimore, again, they're Baltimore. Cleveland and Cincinnati are doing what they do. So I like our chances. I'm truly optimistic about the squad and everything, the positivity I'm seeing out of camp. Yes, there are issues. Don't get me wrong. Yes, we have this hold-in. We do have a few injuries, and we do have some mistakes being made. But again, it's a long season, and this is stuff that was leading into week 1 of preseason. So again, lots of time to pull it all together. Let's get back to the terrible board. I want to see what's being said today. Again, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the show. Lots going on. Let's go right here to Ty. Thanks, Omar and the Bears for JPJ. I think we're a little bit past this right about here.
Ooh.
Just past Juju, I think is where we're. There we go. Somber says Chargers lost their starting center today.
Ooh.
That is big. That is big.
It's because Herbert's being lustful.
He's being lustful?
Lustful on the field, looking at his married wife.
Let's go. Somber says this. During the practice today against the 49ers, Chargers center Tyler Biadasz, linebacker Kyle Kennard, and wide receiver Quentin Johnston all were injured by way of Shefty. Jeez. Tyrone says Jerry Dulac said everyone wants to trade Porter, Mason, Jones. That's less likely to keeping 4 quarterbacks. Mason and Jones, I'm okay with. Yeah, for sure. Mason and Jones got to move anyway. I would think. I don't know. You guys think Jones is going to move? Somber says this. Everyone wants to trade Porter, Jones, and Rudy. Okay, we did get that. That's the quote. Tyrone says, so all you trade JPJ people, be quiet. Lindsay says, personally, I don't see it, but whatever. I'm not arguing about it. I do want to say what's up to Steel. Steel G in the house. What's up, brother? He says, Caden will be in the wide receiver rotation for show. Salutations to you, sir. Aaron Williams says, this Mason played pretty good, even on paper, but I don't think he's our answer. Maybe a Charlie Batch to our organization. And if it's time to move forward, maybe it's just time to move forward. You know?
I think that's the answer.
Perhaps you have 1 and 2 that you drafted the past couple of years. You know, if one of these guys can be the franchise, the other guy could be a good backup. So let's go right here to G. Josh Allen is not the number 1 quarterback. Let's go to Somber. Somber says Mason played like a guy that's scared to lose his job. He played safe. Yes, he sure did. Yes, he sure did. He played like a guy. Yes. He didn't do himself any favors for sure. And then the Derpies, of course.
Don't tempt me, Lindsay.
Yeah, please don't tempt them, Lindsay. I see we do have the naked Derpies up there. So my overall assessment of camp, Derpy, is this. I think it went just as everyone kind of hoped and expected. With the Joey Porter Jr., you wish that would have went better, but you're going to get bumps. You're going to get bruises. You're going to get some injuries along the way. But just an overall feel is what I try to generally get with camp. You're watching your players. You're watching positions. You're watching different things. But you really got to feel good. As I mentioned, guys, do go back and watch the Atlanta Falcons game this past weekend against Denver. You're going to see a team that is at the total opposite end of the spectrum that we are. So I truly am feeling good from what we did get from the camp. A lot of people was interested to see how Mike McCarthy would change things. It was different. There's a different vibe, a different feel. He runs it different. So hopefully the results end up being different for us ultimately. I was happy with camp. Mike McCarthy, happy with camp. He says we're not going anywhere. We're going to stay at St. Vincent College. He loves it. Guys, my overall assessment of the camp this year is good. Can I give it an A? I don't know, because again, we do have issues still. We do have injuries that we're trying to overcome. But at the end of the day, of the mindset of the team and where we're going, it's an overall passing grade, and I'm happy with it. I just like to get some of these guys healthy, get some of these guys paid, and get on the same page. Of course, we've seen some of those issues going into the game last week with the offensive line. But again, offensive linemen generally do their own thing. They tend to get it fixed. My overall assessment of the camp this year is a good assessment, Derpy. Again, we did read some of the winners, some of the losers. But all in all, I think it was pretty good success and pretty much what I think people wanted to see ultimately out of this football camp.
I couldn't agree more, Ryan. When I was down there, it felt different from last year.
I did it. Was the vibe different?
Yes, it was very much different. They all looked like they were locked in, more than just doing the same routines that they've known.
Right.
Like I said, the only issues that I've seen at camp was the inexperience of the line being together.
Okay. And you know what? That showed. It showed in the preseason game, and you would have liked to see it be a little bit better. Again, especially with that being the notion going into the game, saying that we're having issues. There is a lot of pre-snap penalties. So you would have thought maybe that would have been the main focus, and that wouldn't have been the issue. Seeing Fatuanu get into trouble a couple times early in the game was kind of discouraging, especially, again, at the end of the day, as a starter in the NFL, it's been on the right-hand side, but he has ample experience on the left. So I'm confident that Troy is going to get it together. It's just a bit sombering, for lack of a better term, that everybody thought that Troy Fatuanu was the strength of this offense, him and Frazier, of course, and the fact that we're having those kind of issues with Fatuanu. But again, still week one. Conversations this time next week could be totally different than the conversations this week. So
that's why they play the games, Ryan.
That's why they play the games. Offensive miscues and the E-Rob Ruckus. The E-Rob Ruckus was the way that camp wrapped up this year. Did wrap up a little early. Guys, head back home and get ready to practice tomorrow on the south side. That will be the last practice before their game on Friday night, as they do host the New York Jets right here at Acrisure Stadium. Right here, E-Rob. I just brought up E-Rob. Let's talk about Landon Roberts. I think that we needed an E-Rob in the middle, even if Peyton Wilson
can read it. He can read what they're throwing at him very well.
The dude's a baller. He's the middle of the pack kind of guy that gets his helmet on the ball. He's not afraid of anything. He's gets in there. We needed that. We need a thumper. We need somebody who could get their nose in there and just get some of the shit done. Where sometimes Patrick Queen doesn't seem like he's that guy. We'll continue to watch what Patrick Queen does. Again, will he even be a Steeler next year? Who knows? But as of right now, this is Landon Roberts. It was big. This is what James Harrison. James Harrison says he praises the Steelers for bringing back E-Rob. He is smart as hell. James Harrison endorsing E-Rob back in this defense. And if James Harrison likes a guy on the defense, the linebacker, then I like a linebacker on our defense, Derpy. Your thoughts on Landon Roberts?
We said this a few years ago when we first signed him. He never should have left. He never should have let him go as well, Ryan. But his Super Bowl experience. His Super Bowl experience, his veteranship, having another guy like that definitely will show defensively. I am very glad that they brought him back.
Oh wow, who's that somber? Is that girl? She's 36.
Yeah.
I don't really know who she is, but I did see that. It's a shame. Let me go right here. Tyrone says if Jeremy didn't break that tackle and get 25, Mason would have threw like 60 yards. Somber says, I just want to say RIP to Hayden Panettiere, a.k.a. Cheryl Yost, gone too soon.
The daughter of the coach from Remnant Titan.
Oh.
The blonde.
Oh.
Yeah, she died from parent overdose.
Wow.
Yeah.
How terrible. I seen that. I didn't put two and two together. Wow. 36
She was in a lot. She was in a lot of other stuff from my era.
Oh.
Yeah, her brother died 3 years ago.
Listen, I'm not gonna be a drugs are bad kind of guy, but I'm just gonna say I don't know when you get into heroin, you know there's two ways off of it. One of them is death, and the other one is a long recovery.
Mm-hmm.
I know a guy that was recovering for 28 years, and he's still having issues. He's still having trouble because he gets that where he needs fucking heroin. Almost 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
There's two ways off: death and a long rehabilitation. So again, I don't get it, but again, that stinks, man.
Yeah, like I said, Lindsay, her brother died like 3 years ago from a undiagnosed heart issue, actually, for him, I mean. And not to mention the trauma she had when she was as a child actress in Hollywood. So
heroin's taken a lot of folks, man, in my life. And Lindsay, you're here in Western Pennsylvania. I'm sure it's very similar to where you're at, and everybody across the land. Heroin has taken a lot of people in my life, and
it's sad.
I just don't know. I can't grasp my head of getting into it. You know what I mean? Like that would be I don't know. It stinks. I'm sorry to hear that.
I didn't see that part, Somber.
You grab a couple of these. That's too bad. Tortilla says she was struggling with it for a while. Lindsay says they found Narcan in her place apparently for the overdoses. Somber says BF had a boyfriend had a felony domestic against her as well. She had a lot going on. Poor thing, man.
She definitely looked rough. The past couple years. Months.
That's unfortunate. I mean, especially the thing is, I don't know much of her. I just recognize her, know her from, but you guys seem to know her a lot more. So it's unfortunate, guys. Man, Derpy, I would be throwing it over to Mike right now to tell him to tell everybody about the website. However, I'll go ahead and have the liberty of doing it today.
I would bomb that.
Go check out the website, everybody. Lots of things going on over there. Mike does do a lot of work. Him and Shop and RB, and there's all kind of things. Go check out the website today at www.d2wninjas.com. That's www.d2wninjas.com. Tortilla said there's a hero in all of us. Even you, Derpy.
Maybe.
Question of the day. It's going to be a Jets question. Just a Jets question. No Jets Steelers today. That's going to be all through the week, the rest of the week. But this Derpy, how well do we know our enemy? How well do we know our opponent? It's back. This is a Jets question. Put on your thinking cap. Put on your thinking caps at home. Terrible board. You put your thinking caps on as well. Yes, Derpy.
Why you got to torture us with this terrible question in this terrible organization?
But in all seriousness, it should be an easy one to do because it is the Jets. And how hard can it be? Because they've been terrible forever. So put on your thinking cap, Derpy. Here we go. Here is the question of the day.
One more thing, though.
Kill you. Yes.
It's just crazy. The last time that they actually made the AFC Championship was actually against us.
Oh, wow. Yes, it was.
I was just watching the game the other day.
All right. Put on your thinking cap, Derpy. Relax. All right. Here we go. You ready? Here's the question of the day. How many division titles have the Jets won since the 1970 merger? Since the 1970 merger. Now, my hint is this. What I want you to consider is Super Bowl 1 and 2 and 3 were all played before the 1970 merger.
Yep.
So if you were kind of thinking in that area, how many divisions have they won since the 1970 merger? tortillas got one up on the board. Also, Lindsay one up on the board as well. Perhaps perhaps you have a guess. Do throw it up on the board, guys. How many division championships does the Jets have since the 1970 merger? And again, my hint would be Super Bowls 1, 2, and 3 were prior to this time of interest. I do see 007. He has zero up on the board. Also, again, Tyrone with a 0, Tortilla a 1, Lindsay a 1. How many division titles have the New York Jets won since the 1970 merger? Derpy, what's your thought process?
Well,
I was expecting to hear monkeys banging cymbals actually when I asked that question, but I see. Oh, what's up, OD? OD4OK says 3. Sig Jones in the house, big baby. He says 2. What's your thought?
I was thinking
process?
that too. I was thinking also Sig Jones. The only time that I've seen the Jets actually pretty reasonable, was from the 2000s in the early 10s. I think I'm gonna go with Sig Jones's answer too.
2. And is this your final answer?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to lock Derpy in on a 2. Again, different answers on the board. I'm seeing 1s, I'm seeing 0s, I'm seeing 3s, I'm seeing 2s. Nobody going much higher than that. Aaron Jade going 3. Again, we'll give you just another moment. The question of the day is, how many division titles have the Jets won since the 1970 merger? And again, my hint is this. Super Bowl 1, 2, and 3 were all before the merger. That would be my hint. I think that could help you out, if any, because again, you still have to figure out how many they've done between then and now.
Might have been.
But again, question is, how many divisions have the Jets won since the 1970 merger? Seen a lot of different answers on the board. Guys, the question is, how many divisions the Jets merger? Answer. They did it in 1998. That's 1. And they did it in 2002. 2 times.
Okay.
2 times winning the division. Was in between the Patriots' success. Of course, they went to the Super Bowl and lost to Green Bay. They're moving into the late 90s and then picking it back up in 2000 and on. So it was in that little period of time that the Jets did, a matter of fact, get a couple division wins in. The rest of the division was terrible. Buffalo was terrible for years and years after they lost their 4 Super Bowls in a row. And the Dolphins have just been terrible since forever. So those 2 years were 1998, 2002 were the only 2 years that the Jets did win their division since the merger. Lindsay, I'm always right, even if I'm wrong, and that's right. So, yes, that is correct, as always, Lindsay. But Derpy and OD, good job. You did get that one. Sick Jones with Terrible Towel, the GOAT. My man, looking good as always. Again, guys, it was fun, Derpy. It was fun. I didn't have to hang myself like I thought that I was going to. I'm sure people tuned in today to see that, but it didn't happen. I didn't need to hang myself today. It went well, man. What's your thoughts? How your thoughts on today's show?
Mike and you didn't kill yourselves or yell a shell at each other for
That's
20
true.
minutes and then just ran for some stupid dumb stuff. But great show, man. I always love doing this. Always love you guys having me on, and it always appreciate everyone watching as well in chat. And you guys are definitely, like they always say, the best in the biz. They keep it real.
All right, thanks, Derpy. I appreciate that. We appreciate having you, of course. We always love having you on. As always, we'll be back tomorrow at our regular time. A few things that I do want to say before we do move on, though, Derpy. The Pittsburgh Pirates, they take the loss last night to the Tigers in Game 1 of the 3-game set, 8-3. They'll be back at it tonight at 6:40 for Game 2 against the Tigers. Guys, a lot going on right now. We have football out the ass. We really, truly, honestly do. We got high school, we got college just around the corner. This preseason is going to be over before you know it. This time next week, we're going to be coming up on the last preseason game of the year, of course, next Thursday when we go to Buffalo. So it's coming fast. And I do know that when people get together and they watch football, they like to have a little bit of fun and drink some alcohol. If you do, stop by and get yourself some Duquesne Pilsner, guys. It is available in 6 and 12 packs at Giant Eagle and wherever cases are sold. The people always do good by us at Duquesne Pilsner, so we try to do good by them as well. Perhaps you're not a drinker. That's fine, dude. Go check out their social media. Hit the follow button. Hit the likes. I'm sure they will appreciate all of that. Made right here in Western Pennsylvania. Derpy, it says it on the can. Grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke.
All right, I'll have to have Mike grade that. I'll have Mike grade that a little bit later. Also, I do want to say this: if you are on social media checking them out, swing over and check us out, guys. We are everywhere. You can check us out on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, even TikTok. Stop by, hit the follow button. Keep up with what the Two Dumb Yinzers are up to on a day-to-day basis. And finally, if you haven't yet, do hit the like button down below. Hit the like, the sub, the share, even leave a comment, guys. It all helps in the algorithm and pushes it out to hopefully get to new eyes and things of that nature. We certainly do appreciate that. We, of course, will be back tomorrow at our regular time. Mike will still be on his vacation. How many vacations does this guy get a year? I don't know. I can't keep track. But hopefully everything goes well with him and their vacation. Let's go down a few more messages here on the board. Derpy, we're geniuses. Somber says, good job, Derpy. Thanks for coming out of your cave. Absolutely. Big thanks to Derpy. Derpy is the titty god. Tortilla
Don't
says,
tempt me.
great show, you bastards. Thank you, as always, Tyrone, my man. Aaron Jade with the Derpies looking good. Lindsay, bye. Thank you so much with the TJ Watts. Tyrone, I got all the emojis looking good up there as well. Thank you, sir. Sick Jones says, Ryan, keep me a Duke warm for me whenever I do. Absolutely, get there at the end of October. Absolutely, because when you do come here, we'll get together with the guys, the Duquesne Pilsner guys down there, and we will crush some beers. Can't wait to have you in town. Sick. But I do think that is everything for the day. Derpy will be back tomorrow to get back into it, to try to keep up with what's going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They will be heading into their last practice tomorrow before they do get ready to play the Jets on Friday night. So last practice tomorrow. They'll be off Thursday. Jets in town for Friday, guys. And again, they are home from St. Vincent College in Latrobe. It went fast. It went really fast. And this preseason should be over pretty damn fast too, guys. Next week, they will be wrapping it up. So won't be too long now. I do want to say this, guys. Thank you so much to everybody. We truly appreciate each and every one of you for coming and hanging out. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do it without you. I want to say thank you, everybody on the board. You guys are the lifeblood of this show. We appreciate you more than you really know. We truly, honestly do. You are our lifeblood. You are the lifeblood of this show, and we thank you for it. You always keep things interesting here. Thank you. I also do want to say thank you, everybody that's at home, maybe listening in the car, in the gym, even at work, trying to get to the end of the day, just listening to some Two Dumb Yinzers. We want to thank you too. We'll be back tomorrow, guys, to get back at it. I hope to see everybody then. Until then, I hope everybody has a safe Titty Tuesday. Enjoy yourself. We lucked out. We're lucked out. We didn't see any titties. We're usually on Titty Tuesday. It's the opposite, but today we did luck out in that capacity. So again, I do want to thank Derpy. I want to thank everybody for coming out on the terrible board today and hanging out with us, talking Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll get back at it again tomorrow. Again, I think that is everything. Derpy, anything before we do wrap it up, brother?
Can I give a shout out to my stuff or?
Yeah.
Check me out on here on the tube, Derpy Entertainment. And check me out on Twitch, Derpy_entertainment, and two things. No, not two things, but go check out the Average Boys podcast that we do here on the Yinzers channel as well, every Sunday night at 9.
And I do want to mention one thing as well. Thank you, Derpy. I'm sure that everybody will. On Saturday, we are having a network sharing thing go down. What we're going to do is we're going to have about a half dozen to a dozen different podcast streams, some slower end shows, and we're going to feature them on our website, on our YouTube site. You could go there, check out this variety of different shows. I think we're going to have different shows every week for people to try to get recognized, people that are trying to get on their feet as far as a stream, a show, things of that nature, guys. So do check out on Saturday. We will have a list put up on like I said, I think we're going to have about a dozen different podcasts and or streams. So do get on, check them out, show them some love. Who knows, you might come across something that you really, really like. That is this Saturday. So again, we'll talk about that more throughout the week as time comes. We got a bunch of people right now. We are in the works of grabbing all their stuff, putting it together, but that will be Saturday, guys. Again, a handful of different podcast streams and shows will be featured right here on our page. Also, don't forget to get signed up for the CBS Pick'ems. That is also right on our main page. Just hit that blue link at the top of the page. And finally, also, everything I said before was free. If you do want the membership and get all these cool emojis that you're seeing, the naked Derpies, the Vanilla Thunders, the TJ Watts, the terrible towels, the Finch's teeth, all the catchphrases from the show, of course, the logo. You can join the membership for $1.99 a month. There is no commitment. You could cancel at any time. It's $1.99 a month. You get all those really cool emojis. And again, I think we're going to have more perks coming up along the way. So we do thank everybody that is participating so far in helping the show out, guys. We appreciate you again more than you even know. You guys are just as big as part of this as we are. Truly are. Thank you so much for everything to the Terrible Board and everybody at home. Let me grab a couple more. Jen, we love you as well. Peace, my friend Tyrone. OD, thank you so much. Listening in the car, my man, let's fucking go. And finally, Tortilla says, I'll have Derpy's Tits live this Saturday on Torta. I love it, baby. I love the ideas. Again, you guys rock. You do rock our world. And I hope we could even get close to being able to say that we could do that for you. So again, thank you so much to everybody for supporting us, being here with us, and everything else along the way. We love you guys. I think that's it, Derpy. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Go Steelers.
All right, for Derpy, for Finch, for Mike, for Chop, for RB, myself, the two dumb Yinzers. Everybody have a safe Tuesday. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow at our regular time. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.